Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, a game where you play as a former antagonist from a previous game. You hear that, Nintendo? Where's our game where we play as Bowser and run around kidnapping people, ya cowards? Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream.
LoganRobo is a towering presence in the entertainment world, soft-spoken yet impossible to ignore. He's got a warm personality, a fluffy charm, and an undeniable sweetness. He's single, by the way, just in case you were wondering. But lately, he's been
And we are live! How's everybody doing?
been leaving giant footprints around the city, and there's something suspiciously marshmallow-like about his whole vibe. Wait. Hold on. That's not LoganRobo. That's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and good night.
Oh, okay. First of all, Rukov, thank you for the 20 bits. Sorry, once I got in here, I was going to read the rest of your TTS got cut off there, but thank you so much for it. And, you know, I'm probably easy to confuse with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so that is fair. But I guess you're heading to bed already, so good night, Rukov. Get some rest, get some sleep. I'm sure you need it and deserve it and earn it. You're awesome. Sleep well. Good night. Thank you for being here, even if it's just for like a little bit at the beginning. Oh boy, it's been a day. I know some of you probably saw over on Discord, but my TikTok has been hacked, and somebody hacked in, changed the username and the email address and the password and everything associated with it. So I have no way to like reset the password and regain access, and I've been trying. I finally got an email response back from TikTok today from the stuff I sent to them. You know, I sent in like 3 different ways, stuff to like saying like, hey, I need help with this, and I finally got one that just like directed me to go into the app and like file out a claim that way, which I'd already done, but I did it again, so we'll see what happens. But it may be the end of my TikTok era. 12.9 thousand followers and 1.5 million likes. It may just be the end. I don't know, but how are you all doing? I see Extemporaneous was here bright and early with a lurk and a random Transformers check. Runabout. Who is Bro and why is Bro running about? Runabout is one of 2 what are called battle chargers. There's Runabout and Runamuck. They're 2 Decepticons. Fans have often compared them to like Beavis and Butthead. The one famous thing that they've done is they've graffitied the Statue of Liberty, so that's them. Said, also, would you rather buy 10 things you...
Bro might gotta hop on YouTube Shorts.
I have been doing YouTube Shorts, like about 4 months ago, something like that. I started doing YouTube Shorts, and I've quadrupled my following on YouTube after doing that, so that may be just where I'll do... Which, it almost would be kind of nice to be able to take, because I'm not quite caught up on YouTube Shorts, dumping all my old TikToks there. Probably another 3, 4, 5 months before I'll be fully caught up. And I guess it might be nice to have a few months where I'm not having to edit a video every single day, because I don't know if you guys realize this. Next month, March, like a few weeks from now, will be the 3-year anniversary of when I started my TikTok page. And I have posted a video every single day, occasionally 2 videos a day, for now almost 3 years straight. That's a lot of videos, well over 1,000. So it would be nice to have a break, but it's also like, I don't want to lose my momentum. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Oh, there's Wendy. How you doing, Wendy? So good to see you here. And Extemporaneous also had a would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping, or always forget the one thing you need when you go to the store? I think we've had this one before. I don't remember what my answer was before, but I know this. It would be buy 10 things you don't need. Assuming money is not a concern, it would be to buy 10 things you don't need, because like, for one thing, rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And besides, what if like you go to the store and you're going because you need to pick up a prescription for like medicine that keeps you alive, and like, I'm gonna go, don't need groceries, but I gotta go buy the pills that make it so I won't die tonight, and they get home like, that's the one thing I forgot, dead. I would rather be alive and happen to have like you know, some packs of gum and bagels and you know, boilable linguine noodles or something like that I don't need than to die from lack of the pills that make me not die. Beowulf says, lonely man, late, very late. I was as late as usual. Vera said, no stream nota from Discord. I got one on my phone. Did it not go out for anybody else? I mean, we got a bunch of people here, so I hope it's gone out. But how you doing, extemporaneous Beowulf, Vero, Rukov, Wendy? Let's see, what else we got here? Beowulf says, hello, lonely man. Hey, Beowulf. What he says here early for peak. Is it gonna be peak tonight? I hope it'll be peak tonight. Vera says, hello, chat. Beowulf says, I summoned lonely man. Magpie says, Magpie's here. Magpie's sick today. I'm sorry, Magpie. I hope you're taking care of yourself and you get feeling better. Being sick sucks. I'm sorry, Magpie. Oh, and then Magpie says, wham. What he says, the skating Byakuya Edgeworth in time of the music is incredible. I always try and do it in time of the music. I think you might be one of the first people who knows, because when the song goes, it like this, like the little, I don't know what it's called, but it'd be like when you go on the keyboard and you gotta like, your fingers down the keyboard, the tickling of the ivories. And then when he says, good night, Rukov, Vera said, good night, Rukov. And Vera says, I gotta edit that. Oh, the TikTok. I mean, I think you can leave the command because like maybe I'll get control back in a couple of days. Right now, it just leads to nothing. It doesn't go there because like whoever hacked my account changed the username on it. So it's like, it's not helping them or anything, but yeah. And then Queen Katie says, howdy. I just now finished a very annoying event minigame in Genshin. I guess congratulations, you got it done. I'm sorry it was annoying. What was annoying about it, if you don't mind me asking? Queen Katie said, freaking Fox platformer. Well, I like platformers though. Huh, what, huh?
It's a glissando.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever heard that word before, but it sounds fancy. Glissando. That also sounds like a baked good with a glaze on it. Like, what do you have? Like, I'll have a donut and no, not a donut. I'm gonna treat myself today. I'm gonna have a glissando. So thank you very much for the 10 bits, Wendy. Wendy, I should have known that you would like know the music stuff that I am not like cool enough to know. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Vera says, Katie. Quickity says, Vero. When he said, I'm sorry for the whole TikTok sitch. I read up on it yesterday, and that's such a sucky scenario. It happened like that. So I went on to like my TikTok check on it, and like on the app, it wasn't like on desktop. And the app came up. It's like, you've been logged out. You got to log in. I'm like, okay, that happens sometimes. And I go to type in my email, my username and password. And it says, sorry, that's not the right password. I'm like, crap, it's been so long since I've logged in, I probably forgot the password. And so I go click forgot password. It's like, type in your username, type in my username again. And it's like, that account doesn't exist. That's like, what, like 10 seconds ago, I had just typed it in and you said the password was like, it just doesn't exist. It's not there. It's gone. It sucks. It's Kim again. Said 3:45 a.m. So I'm off to bed, Sag. But I hope stream's going well and that everyone's having a lovely day night. I hope the TikTok issues will be resolved soon. Thank you so much, Kim. I'm guessing you're already gone, but thank you. Like the last 3 streams you popped in, huh?
Puzzles will be away for a bit. It's my turn to take Mia on a walk.
Aw.
BRB in 15 minutes or so because that's how long it takes her to get home.
That's kind of nice if it's that quick. I had forgotten that she's a cat that goes for walks. My cat, I just gotta like give her exercise. Her favorite thing for a long time was chasing laser pointers. Now, her current favorite thing is I got a box of Ziploc bags, and you peel like a cardboard strip off of it to open it up. And when I peeled it off, she fell in love with that cardboard strip. And all she wants me to do every day is to go over to the bathroom door, and I go on one side of the bathroom door and she's on the other, and I shove it underneath the bathroom door and kind of move it around, and then she attacks it and grabs it and pulls it out, and she loves it. I mean, I'll sometimes like hear her meowing and I'll come out and there she is in the hallway next to the bathroom door. I'll like usually leave it on the ground for her in case she wants to play with it by herself. And she'll be sitting on the ground like staring at a little piece of cardboard, looking at me, and like staring at the piece of cardboard and looking at me. She's very good at communicating what she wants. So it's very nice. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vera. We'll see you when you get back. And again, like I said before, Kim, thank you so much for being here. I did follow you back. I gotta check out one of your streams sometime. It's like shows a lot of dedication. The last like 3 streams in a row, you've showed up at the beginning just like to say hi. So I appreciate that. So thank you. Anyway, we should load up the game. I spent the first 10 minutes just complaining about my TikTok being hacked and not doing anything. So we should get into the game. So where we left off, if I remember correctly, we were in the middle of a cross-examination or rebuttal or whatever it's called with Canis. And we already know what we're going to present, but we just like ran out of time last time. So one of the things that he's doing is right here where he says he never knew Knight, no contact with him, no connection whatsoever. So obviously we're going to present as evidence the chess set diagram thing, the letter that they had going back and forth to show that they were doing a chess game via correspondence. I hope there'll be an explanation of how he, a blind man, has been able to read the chess moves in a non-braille form, but that might be too much to expect from this game. So that was located, here we go. It's a chess diagram. The positions of the pieces match those on the board in Canis' cell. Objection! You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It is the record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. Oh, that's all he does? He just takes one to the chin. That's how you know he's tough. Most people like, you know, really exaggerate stuff. He's just like, I'm okay. What? The number of possible games has been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, so that's, okay, it's 10 times 10, 120 times over, right? Oh, let's see, this is 100, that's 1,000, that's 10,000, that's 100,000, that's 1,000,000, that's 10 million, that's 100 million, that's 1,000,000,000, that's 10 billion, that's 100 billion, that's 1,000,000,000,000, that's 10 trillion, that's 100 trillion. What comes after a trillion? Is it quadrillion? Is it zillion? I don't know numbers after that. I give up. I mean, what do you even call a number that big? This is a big number. A vanishingly unlikely coincidence, that's what. Now, tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence. Well, they do say the truth is stranger than fiction. I wonder, I mean, I guess there's a chance that maybe that was planted in Knight's cell. I mean, it makes sense because Knight is a chess enthusiast. I'm going to assume it's not a coincidence, but he's probably going to claim that it's not his. It is, as you say, a coincidence. But that's totally impossible. We just proved that using very painful math. A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. Oh, okay, so he is admitting that he was doing he just says he just didn't know that it was Knight. Oh, okay, you know what? That's probably a smart move on his part. And yet here we are. Helmut is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmut? Yes, yes. Chess diagram data updated in my organizer. Knight was playing correspondence chess against Canis. Did the two have some sort of connection? I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth. Boy, the other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmut, dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Okay, how does that play out? Because he hears the dog come in. He's blind. He hears the dog come in. It's not like, what, a corpse? It's like, okay, come here, boy. What's this? What's in your mouth? There's a, ooh, this is a big, what is this? A person? It's cold. Like, he had to explore with his fingies. So he probably got his hands all over the murder weapon, got his fingerprints on him. I should read some more in the chat. Oh, also over on YouTube, Opinion is here saying, hello, are you okay? It's been a stressful 24 hours, Opinion. Like I was saying before in the chat here and over on Discord, my TikTok has been hacked and taken control over. I do have videos that were scheduled to auto post today and tomorrow. And tomorrow's is going to be one of the longest TikTok videos I've posted in a while. It's just shy of 3 minutes long. So at least there's content there, but it just kind of sucks. But how are you doing? Let's see. Queen Katie said we are seeing a spoiler clip tonight, chat. Nice. And what if I just take even longer than usual? Queen Katie, what if I get so off track that we just don't accomplish anything. And we're just frozen on this screen of Helmut licking his left cheek. His face cheek, not his not his bum cheek, face cheek. I mean, he probably licks the other two. He's a dog. Dogs like sniffing butts. They probably like licking butts. But we just stay here for like 3 hours, Queen Katie. Queen Katie said, I'm squinting at Discord. I just randomly got a free trial of Nitro out of nowhere. Did somebody gift it to you or something? Vera says, Xtemp is out to get random Transformers check for robots in disguise because Logan never watched that. I've seen some episodes of it, but not very much, sadly. There are some Transformers spin-offs and series I haven't watched. Oh, what was that? Squee the Killer. Thank you so much for the follow. That's a fun name. Squee the Killer. Now, is that like a killer named Squee? Or like you're excited to see the killer like Squeeze the Killer? Anyway, sorry, I yap a lot. But if you're new, I try to give every new person the rundown of a couple of important things. Number one, our schedule. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating between this, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantazio. And the other thing I'll go ahead and mention is I do read every comment in chat. I just sometimes get very far behind. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm at least a good 7 to 10 minutes behind right now, at least. But if you do write something in chat, I will read it eventually. In fact, let me scroll to the bottom of the chat real quick and see if you've written something. And oh, it says hello, fellow Utah streamer. Oh, you're a local. Hey, so that's you, me, and I. Beowulf, am I allowed to say who else is locals here, or does that count as doxing? Because we've talked about people who are local here. It said no, Squee is a character. Oh, awesome. So welcome, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying, or maybe you're just like looking to network with Utah people. I should probably try and network with more Utah people. So thank you very much. In fact, I'm gonna copy down your username into my text file that I have here so I can check out yours, because you said fellow streamers, so I assume you stream as well. I'd love to hear what you stream. I should scroll back up to where I was in the chat before, but yes, may I call you Squee for short? I like I said, I do read every comment, so if you've written other things, I will get to it. But I go in order. I always read every comment. It's just an obsessive thing. Oh, also, I don't know if anyone's posted it yet, but here's a link tree with my socials, including, yes, still my TikTok link, even though last night it got hacked and so now the username is wrong. But I hope maybe I'll get control of that again, but that also has like YouTube, Twitter, other places, the Discord invite link, stuff with that. Okay, let me read a little bit, play a little more in the game, then I'll be back to read in the chat and hopefully get caught up soon. And I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmut take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me just as I had asked. Okay, so a couple things with this. First of all, this should probably somewhat exonerate Simeon Saint, because the whole reason why Gavel is suspecting him is because that since he was in that circus show, he would have had access to the workshop. And so the idea was that he killed him and transported his body into the workshop. But if Candace is admitting that he's the one that had the body delivered to the workshop, that should mean that, although I guess you can still say that Simeon Saint killed him somewhere else and Helmut did, it should be a point in our favor. Am I wrong? The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop. Indeed he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess after all. Oh yeah, that's true. You know something? That makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Sawwheat said, Mr. Edgeworth? And that huge black dog. He had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you just say? It was hackish. Utterly hackish. Our new friend Squee the Killer probably understands I'm a Utah streamer, so I say hackish instead of the actual word. That beast, that awful beast, he killed him. I see. So what Mr. Sawwheat actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon then. Should I be saying Heckmut instead? Let me read some more in the chat though. Let's see, Beowulf said, I am the reason he finally started that. Oh, wait. You're the reason why Extemporaneous started the random Transformers check? Is that what you're saying? Vera said, cheers, Bayo. Queen Katie said, and Queen Katie here too. Wendy said, I'm doing good. I have a couple of days, which is nice. You mean like off from work? That's awesome. Queen Katie said, this platformer had a quirk where you could switch between dreams and nightmares, which made some walls passable and other things movable. This got annoying fast. I mean, it sounds like a creative mechanic, but I guess if it got annoying, I'm sorry, but you're done. You did it. So good job, Queen Katie, when he said, laughing, I took piano lessons as a kid. I was locked in. I took a few lessons when I was like, I think 6 or 7. I don't think I ever got to the point where like you moved your hands at all. I just kind of knew that if the note is blacked in, it's like for 1 beat. If it's not blacked in, it's for 2. If it's not blacked in and doesn't have like a tail, then it's for 4. And that's about it, I think. And Vera with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Vera. We'll see you when you get back. Queen Kitty said, I forgot you have a pet named Mia, AA, because I was like, what does my little sister have to do with this? To be fair, my brain broke from the platformer. Magpie says, my cat's favorite toy is the stick and string toy, not any toy that goes on the end. She wants to chase after the hook and then gets attached to it. It's small and moves faster, so I guess she likes to chase that. We do have one of those that my cat likes to play with, which, funnily enough, I got 2 of them. One was like the cheap generic one and one was like the fancier one. She hates the fancy one. She likes the cheap generic one. But I got to be careful playing with it because it's got little ribbons. And one time she took off one of the ribbons, she ripped it off and started trying to eat it like a spaghetti noodle. And I had to grab it when it was like halfway down her throat and like pull it back out. But the other thing she loves to play with, my mom gave her an old shoelace and it's gone missing. I suspect that like someone in my family, maybe one of my nephews or my niece or somebody may have like accidentally thrown it away, and I've tried to find like, but it was a weird type of shoelace. I haven't been able to find the right kind. It makes me sad. Quickity said, hey, wait a minute, Logan, I thought Kay forgot how to math thanks to the elephant abusing her. Oh, that's where she forgot what a quintillion is, actually. I'm glad that you remember the lore that we make up that I forget. When he says, silly Kay, you know you can only count to 4. Yes, but not 4, like, what would you even call that? Because like million, billion, trillion, that's like 1, 2, 3, but not that far. Anyway, I should stop talking about illions. Queekity said, no, it wasn't a gift. Literally, Discord themselves gave me the 1-week trial. Huh. When he says, oh shoot, I forgot, new Ave Mujica episode today. I gotta watch it before I get spoiled. I shall return in 20 minutes, BRBC, when you get back, Wendy. I had to rush the other day to watch the latest episode. Who? What?
Update. Someone. I am not dropping names, but someone decided it was a good idea to try to climb the tree in my front yard because they heard a bird and they got stuck and I had to frantically find a ladder to get their nails
Vera.
out.
Oh, Vera, was it you? Was it you that climbed it and Mia had to get you out? Thank you for the 10 bits. And there's that. It's a Nora raid. Thank you, Nora, for the raid. Twitch Guru is still down, but can somebody do a shout out for Nora, at least so that it's like in the chat? Nora, right as I was going online, I saw that you were playing Ace Attorney. I didn't have a chance. No. Yeah, I think I said you were playing Ace Attorney. How'd it go? How far into it are you? Thank you so much for the, I turned off the Twitch Guru overlay, so we don't have to worry about it getting stuck. But thank you so much for the raid. I'm assuming that Oak is probably here with the raid as well. Maybe Atlantic or somebody else as well. Because Wendy, thank you again for the lurk. And I gotta finish the last few minutes of the latest episode of Solo Leveling. I've been enjoying that. And there I got to where Squee the Killer came in. Saying hello, fellow Utah streamer, said no Squee's a character. Magpie said, I knew it, lol. Squee of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac fame? So this is a famous Squee. Because that's by, what's his name, Johan Vasquez? Is that his name? The guy who did Invader Zim, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, right? That was like his project before that. He also made a very fun Ninja Turtles short cartoon that I really like. Probably my favorite design for April O'Neil is in that. Oh, and Squee the Killer says to Magpie, yes! And I tried getting locals to go to Gaming Con as guests. Oh, that's awesome! What Gaming Con, if you don't mind me asking? I sometimes try to go to local conventions. I've gotten less enthusiastic about FanX in recent years because it's just kind of the same every year. And Beowulf said, I'd say that's fair game. I am also from Utah. Yeah, so we got a few Utahns here in the chat. Squee, I'm gonna assume until you tell me otherwise that I can call you Squee. And Squee says, tomorrow we'll start Monster Hunter Wilds. I've heard good things. I've heard people are excited. I've never played any Monster Hunter games, but they look fun. But anyway, I hope that goes well. I'm assuming you're gonna be streaming that then? I should probably, oh, and here, Babel said, pin this please, Vero. They changed the name to Tianvu. But yes, that's like the name on it, but then the username is like at Tian, it was like 2271 CDOGFHH or something like that. It's just a random string of letters. It's so sad. And Quick80 says to Beowulf, they're lurking. All right, here we go. Let's keep going here. I see. So what Mr. Sawwheat actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon then? Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy. It's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? Oh, music stopped. Time to get serious. And there you have it. That's about all there is to tell. Well, we know he's not lying because it wasn't in the form of a cross-examination, right? I did not kill the man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. I mean, that's still a crime? Tampering with a crime scene? Oh! Thank you for the Tomcat, Nora. Oh, and I see over on YouTube, Opinion has a couple more things he's saying he probably knows what a corpse smells like being an assassin. Oh, that's true. Well, because for a couple of reasons. One, like, depending on when he died, there could already be, like, smell of blood, and also, as we have established in this game, and I think it was even brought up in the game itself when we played AI Somnium Files, when you die, you poop your pants. And so that is a very distinct smell as well. Opinion says, oh, dang, I didn't know. I was asking if you were okay because I came in while you were obsessively multiplying. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, no, it's just, like I said, stressful day, but I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to go through TikTok's almost non-existent customer support to try and get my account back. So as I was saying before, if I don't get it back, I'll just say, wow, that was nice for 3 years. 12.9 thousand followers, 1.5 million likes. 2 of my videos got over 2.5 million views. I think that's like almost viral. But thank you for being here, Opinion. I appreciate it. Okay, I should play some game. Once we get some background music, I'll read some more in the chat, okay? Now, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless. Objection! Sorry, but if you could entertain us for just a little longer, Mr. Canis. All right. Oh, and it's some good music. It's Fender's theme here. Squeeze says, "La, no, I cuss like a sailor." So do like most of my friends. I don't. It's not my thing. But don't worry, you're like allowed to in the chat. It's fine. I don't like police anybody's cleanliness of their language. Magpie says, "Heckmoot is kind of cute actually." I think that could be if I ever like adopt a 3-headed dog and I'm like, Cerberus is too basic, I'll go with Heckmoot. Beowulf says, sounds like a fun time for me to squeak. Squeak says, my streams get a bit wild. Nice. I hope so. I think streams need a little bit of chaos. Mine, I don't know. You'll have to ask in chat. I feel like I am a very straight-laced, clean-cut, respectable person. But I do feel like we kind of go off on tangents at times. I guess people still enjoy watching or something, maybe. But yeah, I'll try to check out one of your streams sometime, Squee. I am streaming again tomorrow night, so I don't know if I'll be able to then, but I've copied down your username, and so I'll check you out, and we'll, yeah, it'll be good stuff. Oh, and a pin message. This is pinned by Vero, written by Queen Katie. I heard what happened. I heard it. Oh, it's from Queen Katie. I'm reading the pin message. Said Canis while eating burgers. Corpses. Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, any form of meat is technically a type of corpse, just cooked. I'm not a human corpse, but like a cow corpse. Corpse. There's gotta be some way to combine those words. But thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate it. Let's see, and Magpie says, quintillion. So when does zillion come in? I feel like zillion should have been after trillion. Oh, and there's the Nora rate. I'm actually doing pretty good about staying pretty caught up to chat. I doubt I'm more than even 10 minutes behind. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, but if you could entertain us just for a little longer, Mr. Canis. Fender? No offense, Paleo, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion, but Canis had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon. Unless it was that extra chisel. If it was his, if it belonged to him, we're like, oh, I want that back. Clean the blood off of it. And as we saw, because that's what was in the dog's mouth, and it had residue of blood. So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought. Wait, is he calling Fender mute? Because I've said this before. I kind of tossed out this idea before. That if he's, because Simeon Saint keeps doing the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, like thing with the monkey hands and everything, like the statues. And so I was saying, if Canis is blind, do we have someone who's also mute and someone who's deaf? I think the dog could count as mute, but he's like specifically calling Fender. I don't know why he's calling Fender mute, just because he wasn't talking. But I kind of jokingly was saying it the other day. What if Simeon Saint is deaf? What if we have someone who's blind, someone who's deaf, and someone who can't speak? And it's like, and so like his whole see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil thing is like a metaphor for these characters. Please answer the question, Mr. Canis. It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel and the one around Helmut's neck. Have a very distinctive design, if you will. So they're part of his, like, Pavlovian training, and he probably needed it back. Of course. There was something of a trademark of yours, were they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Body armor, Canis, the blind butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. Kind of reminds me of any of you guys here watch Bleach? There's that character Kenpachi Zaraki, who in like the first season or so that you see him, his whole thing is that he just wanted a really good fight, and so he would give himself handicaps intentionally. He like would intentionally wear an eye patch, even though he's not blind out of that eye or missing the eye. He would hang bells at the end of his hair to make himself really easy to hear, because he wanted a good challenge. So it's tough. That's boss. Oh, there's a pin message written by Oak. So Oak, I was right. You came with Nora. How was Nora's raid? Pinned by Vera, written by Oak, says maybe Fender is just a muted guitar. Can you mute a guitar? I know that muting a trumpet is a thing, because you can put what's that thing in the end? Isn't that called muting a trumpet? Could you do something like that with a guitar? I don't know music stuff. I had to have Wendy explain what do we call it, a glissando is? Oh, and Vera said, my job requirement, including pinning jokes. I appreciate it, Vera. You're doing good work, and we salute you here. Let's see, there was the Nora raid with Nora saying, Nora raid, we will stab you. Oak said, Nora raid, we will stab you. Nora, you gotta lock in with that Duolingo friend quest. You chose me for it, and I think in the last 2 days you've done only 2 lessons. I think it's requiring what, like 13 lessons? I've done 5, something like that. You've done 2. You gotta pick up the pace if you want to pull your weight. Quick said, I know the feel, Logan. One time my little pupper had this really cool rope toy and she loved it. It somehow disappeared. We never find it, and I don't know if we threw it away. It's weird, but she has backups anyway. I tried going, like, looking through the shoelaces at Walmart, but I couldn't find any that looked right. I need to go to like a shoe store and find the right kind of shoelace. Because like, animals will just get attached to certain things. You don't know why. It's like the same with little kids. One year when my niece was like really, 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 really tiny, and it was Christmas, and she, for some reason, her parents were trying to figure out what to get her for Christmas, and she saw a toy commercial for like a doll, and was like, point at that, and it's like, I want that, whatever. It's like, okay, so like, that's what she wants for Christmas. And it was kind of an expensive doll, but they got it for her, but they also got her like a few other little things. One of them was it was just like a little stuffed dog, like about this big. It was just like really, really tiny, not a fancy little thing, but just a few extra little toys besides the dog. And that little dog was one of the first things that she opened. It looked like the same type of dog that Lady from Lady and the Tramp is. And Lady and the Tramp 2 is a movie that she watched over and over again on DVD that she was obsessed with when she was tiny. And she opened that at the beginning of Christmas morning and fell in love with it. And it was the only thing she wanted to play with. And finally got the doll, and I don't think she ever played with that doll even once. And it was expensive because it's just she got attached. This little dog. Oh, and one more pin message, I assume one more, written by Nora, pinned by Vera, says, Logan, I'm in a total of 7 lessons. You just have to do 1 and we'll be done. Okay, so you did more today. Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because you did say you were going to pull your own weight. Just had to make certain of that, Nora. But how was your stream? And Quiggity says, hey, Raiders. And then Nora says, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, we got stuck in no save possible for 20 minutes. I know what that's like in games. Huh?
My cat is attached to crumbled up aluminum foil.
Okay, I know that my cat is like that because, like, sometimes if I get candy that has aluminum foil, like if I get a handful of Hershey's Kisses or Rolos, after I eat them, I'll just like crumple up one aluminum foil, put it in the next wrapper, crumpled up until I've made a little ball out of it. And she likes that, but I'm always worried. Like, I don't know if she'll try and swallow it. I worry with little things. The other thing that she absolutely loves is on these water bottles I have, the caps for them. And she's so cute with it because I'll like sometimes put it on the ground and kick it around, and she'll like play with it. And then at one point she'll like very gently pick it up in her mouth and kind of run off somewhere and kind of play with it in a different room, because I think she knows that I'm worried she'll choke on it, so I'm going to take it away from her eventually. So she tries to run off with it and play with it as long as she can before I take it from her. I like when we get to talk about pets. It makes me happy. But thank you very much for the pinned messages and the TTSs and the raids and everything like that. Thank you for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate it. And Nora says, no, Persona? Oh, it says, we're playing Persona 4. Oh, I thought Okay, I thought the notification that I saw had said Ace Attorney. Maybe I was wrong. Quicket says, oof, welcome back, Vero. Oak said we had a fireworks festival in Persona, and we're almost done with the Adachi social link. Nice. I remember the fireworks festival vaguely. Oak says one more rank before the final 3 because the last 3 are automatic. And Magpie says, I didn't know Johan did a TMNT comic. That's wild. Not a comic. It was a short cartoon. It's like an animated short. And it's really fun. I don't know, maybe he's done like a comic as well, but it was an animated short. And like I said, April O'Neil, she had a really cool look. It was kind of a punkish look, kind of spiky red hair. I think it was like buzzed on the side. She just looked really cool. And if you watch it, it has I think it has animated vomit in it. Not as much as in the movie, the Ninja Turtles movie that just came out recently. Not Rise of the TMNT, because that was the series. Well, crap, Mutant Mayhem, there we go. Not as much animated vomit as Mutant Mayhem did, but there is animated vomit in there. You gotta have that with April O'Neil, apparently. I think it's a requirement. Okay. I'll be back, chat. I'll be back. Oh, I should play some game. Body Harmer Canis, the blind butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. Yeah, Squee, if you're still here, you can probably see that this is... I take a long time to play games. I get distracted very easily. I like to yap. The lost sound his victims would ever hear. And that's another sound. Getting stabbed is a sound. You flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well. Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you. You know, somebody pointed out how his number code on his shirt looks like the word boss. Like he's the boss, like he's the one really in charge of the prison or something like that. I hope there's a prison. You know what? You know what I hope? I hope that when Lagarde eventually takes off her big fur coat, because I assume she probably will, I hope she has a prison jumpsuit, and the number is B-008. Because you know. Because you know, chat. Yes, it was but one of my bells, one of only 2 in existence. I feel like you'd want a backup if it's like your signature thing. Just 2? 2 and only 2. 1 for my knife, and 1 for my beloved Helmut. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. Also, that's bad if you have, like, the only ones, because then if you get caught, you don't have any plausible deniability for, like, oh, anyone could have one of these, you know? My ears are my guide, after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. Mr. Canis's bell's data jotted down my organizer. The fact that we're still jotting down stuff does mean it's definitely not Canis. It's not him. And I'm glad, because it seemed like we were zeroing in on too much. Although this has been a long chapter. You know, Queen Katie, since you have your guide in case I get stuck, how long would you say this chapter is compared to the length of the upcoming ones? Is this like the longest one in the game, or are they going to be even longer than this? Only 2 such bells exist. One is attached to Helmut the dog, the other to Canis's knife, which was seized by the police during his arrest. When Helmut brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first, I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel. An ordinary chisel. I think he's upset about that. It's certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I am the only person in the prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear I would become the prime suspect. And so, the chisel had to be removed and hidden. Well, as long as he had a good reason for committing the crime of tampering with evidence, then I think that's fine.
Hold it!
Hold it! You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body? Then you had nothing to do with the killing? How could I? I've told you the chisel is not mine. Is it because it's smaller? So like he doesn't use chisels that small? So it's a different chisel? I should read some more in the comments. Over the chat, Oak says Nora was being very lesbian coded. So basically just normal Nora. Squee says there's a gaming con at the end next month. Oh, there is. I would love to hear more about this. I did not know that. Said I'm looking for more to come with me as guests for free. Free is a good price. Squee, you have piqued my interest. And Squee says, and yes, you can call me Squee. I should like send you a message or something like that. I am interested in free. Oak doing some commands. Bale says, which con? Nora says, Oak, what do you mean? Squeeze says, Utah Gaming Con. This will be the third one. COVID almost killed it. I'm gonna write that down in my little text file here. Utah Gaming Con. Because every now and then there's like, heard what happened? I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. Or am I supposed to get back to the game? There's nothing frozen on the screen, I don't think. But thank you very much. I do sometimes like stumble upon like random weird little local conventions that I didn't know about. Like for example, one time there's like Wasatch Comic-Con or something like that was held out in West Valley, Utah, just out like a couple of years ago. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go check that out. In fact, one of the prints on my wall, or it's a commission, I write that one right there. My noggin's usually blocking it. Was a Transformers commission I got from an artist who was there. And it was an artist that like I had known like a couple of like several years I guess previously online, and it's like holy crap, you're like a professional artist. He does his name is Tim Lim, and he does a comic called Common America. It's like a comedy action patriotic common writer type of a thing. So yeah, he was like on Transformers message boards, and so he did a Transformers commission for me. Anyway, I should probably get back to the game. You guys will happen me. Over on YouTube, Opinion is saying, I have zero evidence or reasoning for this, but for some reason, I want to say that this is the second longest being the final case, so if you want to trust a random person's gut, I will trust your guts. Your guts, probably good guts. Probably digest things quite well. But as long as it's not as long as that Ambassador Alba one was at the end of the last game, oh man. But thank you very much, Opinion, I appreciate that. And Nora says to Oak, I didn't even do anything. Moonlight says, hi Logan, hour mark. And then it's blank. Time has stopped existing for Moonlight. How you doing, Moonlight? With the ba-ba-ba?
I honestly love the sound of the little bell that will play randomly in this song here.
Oh, okay. I didn't even it didn't even register in my head. So I'm glad it wasn't like annoying to you. So that's good, because I think sometimes I've let stuff go in the background, and people are like, I don't want to hear the sound of the elephant murdering Kay anymore. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably click ahead. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Wendy. I appreciate that. Do you have any fun plans for your days off? Oh, Crystal just popped over to YouTube saying, meow. Meow indeed, Crystal. Meow indeed. Actually, Crystal, so after I went to sleep last night, it was because I was really stressed because of the whole TikTok situation. At one point, I had a stress dream where in the dream I was stressing out about TikTok, and I went online and various random people had sent me like little video messages to try and like cheer me up in it. So I think my subconscious was trying to cheer me up. And one of them was like with you and some other person that you don't know. And I don't know, my brain's like, I guess they probably know each other. Yeah, sure. Either she's in the US or he's in the Philippines or whatever. And so it was like really nice. So the subconscious version of you tried to cheer me up, and I appreciate that, Crystal. Thank you. Didn't work. Still super stressed, but I appreciate that. I should play some game. Here. How could I? I told you the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints? Wait, if he pulled it out the body, wouldn't his fingerprints be on it then? And if they're not, then we should assume he wiped them off. That doesn't sound right. Eustace. Me, but I don't know how to check for prints. Get forensics. Oh, right. Oh, sure thing. Eustace Winter, like, he looks like he's trying really hard, you guys. He's giving it his all. His all isn't much, but the all that he has to give, he's giving. We got him. Fingerprints. They're Mr. Knight's. Therefore, we know the killer is Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight killed Mr. Canis. Right? That's what it means, yes? And Mr. Canis is. Oh, no, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Okay, so that actually clears up my question that I had. Unless he's like really good at wiping. Some people probably just have that skill, you know? Let me have a sip of water also. We're over 45 minutes into stream and I don't think I've had much water yet. I'm thirsty. Let's see, Bale says, to Squee, I'll be looking into this. Oak said, we were originally going to do Persona yesterday too, but Danganronpa was so devastating to Nora that she had to end stream early. Nora, you need to go back and play some more. You need to find out what happened. This chapter is gonna change your perception of a lot of stuff in that game. Oh, there's Moonlight's timestamp, 26:25. So I am 20 minutes behind. Oh, and Squee the Killer, Squee posted a link for Utah Gaming Con. I'm gonna copy that down. I mean, it looks like it's easy enough to remember. It's just utgamingcon.com. So I will check that out later. Thank you very much. Oak said the case 2 victim destroyed her. That's Danganronpa for you. You get attached to characters and they die. It's kind of the nature of a death game. Quiggity said, Candace while eating burgers. Corpses. Vera said, did you clip the crash out? Oh, say that to Oak. Oh, Nora's crash out. Moonlight says, darn cat stepped on the keyboard in the middle of typing. Aw, that's adorable though. I hope that didn't happen in slow mode. If it did, I'm sorry. Squeeze says to Beowulf, I need to know how many want to come by Monday so I can give a number that day. All right, so I will, Squee, if you're still here, because I'm 20 minutes behind, so I wouldn't blame you if you had to step out. I will look into that, and I'll try to let you know in like a DM. But that sounds fun to me. I think I'll need to find out like what days of the week it is, and like whether I'm working or busy and whatnot. Nora says to Vero, there was no crash out. I stood up, walked to my kitchen, and started crying. It was a kind of a crash out, just a very quiet and sad one. I'm not like anger crash out, but it's like you've been destroyed. I think that counts. Squeaky said, I hope not. I know a thing or two about being clipped during a crash out. Oak says to Vero, no, it wasn't even a crash out. She was just silent for like 7 minutes. Okay, I guess that's not very clippable if you only hear silence. Vera says, laughing. Hey, Shingo! Says, I arrive and the first thing I hear is when you die, you poop yourself. What just happened? Okay, Shingo, there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, and I hope you are still here to hear it, and that you didn't just leave assuming that we're talking about poop for no reason. So, there's a blind man in here, and he said his dog dragged a corpse in, and I was saying, how did he know that the dog dragged his corpse in? Did he have to like grab and then feel the corpse? And somebody in chat is saying he probably smelled it, and I said, well, funny you should mention that. When you die, you poop yourself, and so yeah, maybe he did smell it. So see, it makes sense now, Shingo, but how you doing? Nora said I was silent for the rest of the stream. Quiggita said, also, Vero, can you please pin my Canis joke? I think it's funny. Vera said, good to have you back, to Shingo. Bill said, I had means to get down there. If I had means to get down there, I totally would. Oh, wait, why? What part of Utah is it crap? Is it in like southern Utah or something like that? Quiggita said, thank you, Vero. Squeeze says, if you want to get me on Discord, we might be able to work something out. What?
Do you want me to make a poop counter?
No!
People redeem it whenever you talk about poop
No!
for no reason?
Okay, there was no reason. I feel like anytime we have talked about poop, the game either brought it up or it was not too many steps removed from whatever the game brought up. Like, look at Metaphor Fantasio. We literally got pooped out. Like, Gallica used the phrase poop apocalypse. So I think that's, I don't think we need the counter. Just saying, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Oh, pin message written by Beowulf, pinned by Vero. Says, please pin this. It's only on Saturday, March 29th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Salt Lake Fairgrounds. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about that because I am pretty sure, like if I did go there, I'd only be able to be there for part of the day because I'm pretty sure I have a thing going on that evening in Provo. That's the final Saturday of March, yeah. So I have a thing going on that evening in Provo. Wait, let me think about that. Yes. I think. Yeah. So I'll message Squee and we'll figure it out. But I might be able to go there. But just, it would only be for like the first half. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, and a poll just appeared. And thank you, by the way, Beowulf, for the information. Poll appeared, said, for democracy, no extra voting. Poop counter. No! No! I'm voting no! 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 If you make a poop counter, people will think we talk about poop a lot. And we only really did a lot in that one Metaphor stream and the stream right after it. Oh, and over on YouTube, Crystal says, cheer up, cheer up. I'm trying, Crystal. It's just a stressful thing. It's a very stressful thing, but thank you very much, Crystal. I do appreciate that. Okay, I should play some of the game. No, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Only Knight's fingerprints? This isn't good. So did Candace probably doesn't have gloves in there. How do you get the chisel out? Should I get them to check again? Now do you see? I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmut carried it in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last. Okay, so it sounds like when we saw the dog in the opening cinematic, somebody else killed Knight, presumably with whatever that little squirrely, little shadowy, gremlin-y looking animal was that bit into his neck. And that probably killed him. And then the chisel maybe was like put into the neck wound by somebody and then given to the dog because it had the bell. So somebody would have had to have access to this cell in order to steal the bell from Canis, right? So the murder weapon belonged to the victim? Oh, that's not helpful. As I said, I have not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? Oh, I've got nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Well, he is a killer. No. Wait, is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I am sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you do not find a solution to your current predicament, and quickly, I will have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear? Hey, yeah, I'm here. Everybody, Gumshoe is still part of this scene. I just want you to know, they let me have a line every hour or two. You've done it now, sir. See, she's serious. I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait. Something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. Okay, so we learned quintillion is an X. So that'd be quintillion, 10 quintillion, 100 quintillion. Then I'm going to assume if we follow by... Wait. No, it's quadrillion. Quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion? That sounds naughty. What's next after that? Sept. What's the oct? I don't know what 9 would be. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for? You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison, for one. Uh-huh.
Velp Democracy 1. No. 1 by 1 vote.
Oh my gosh, that is way too close for comfort, but thank you very much for the 56% that voted no on the poop counter. You have my gratitude. Thank you. And for those who voted yes, oh, you're lucky it was an anonymous balloter, or we would find you and do undemocratic things to stop you. But thank you. We wouldn't really. But thank you very much for the 10 bits and for the poll. I appreciate that, Vero. Once we get to some music, I will read some more in the chat. Okay, so if we talking about break out of prison, does that mean that the chisel maybe belonged to Carcerado and he used it to dig the tunnel? And maybe he like just finished his tunnel and burst into the room. And maybe he like discovered Knight's body. I don't know. There's something. Let's keep going. All right, then how did he get it in here? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool in with him. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, crap, the chess set. Does that mean Simeon Saint smuggled the chisel into Knight in the chess set? Maybe Carcerado didn't dig the tunnel. Maybe Knight dug it in 2 days. Nah, not in 2 days. Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth! What? You can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know. It doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we save Simeon in the end. We can't give up now. Or ever. There's slow, serious music playing. It sounds like it belongs in one of the What are the cutscenes in Omori or something like that? Let's read some more in the chat now that we got some background music. Oak says, Logan is just a chill guy that becomes unhinged when he plays video games. Do I get unhinged? I feel like that one of my recent TikTok videos before I got hacked, people weren't you guys saying that, like, when people compare me to Germa, they were saying, well, the difference is Germa's unhinged, Logan isn't. Squeeze said to me, well, depending on how many and who all comes, we might be able to get a bit of ride sharing. Ooh. Magpie says, fascinated by the fact that 2 of my favorite games now have a character named Helmut. It's weird that it happened twice. What's the other one? Is it Genshin? Nora says, Logan, once you do just one more lesson, we will have finished our Duolingo quest I did 4 today. So I'll be finishing off that tonight then, a little after midnight. Vera said, I'm eating, man! You're eating, man? Don't eat, man! Vero! That's cannibalism! Don't eat, man! I mean, clearly that's what you meant, because there's no comma there. Watch, when we pin this message so you guys can see, there's no comma there. It's not, I'm eating, comma, man. Vero is saying, I'm eating, man! Vero eats, man. Vero's a man-eater. Oak says, I have ice cream. Better than man. Is it man-flavored ice cream? Magpie says, not sure. Maybe Zillion comes after nonillion? Nonillion? I don't even know what nonillion is. I know that isn't a Google, like, is it a Google or a Googleplex? That's where it's like one with 100 zeros. Nora said to Oak, give me. Oh, and a poll, a new poll just appeared. Paid poll, best fan translation name in AA, Horace Knightley, Simon Keys, Sebastian DeBest, Justin Courtney, and J.L. Bird. I think Horace Knightley, out of those ones, is my favorite. I think Simon Keys is also really good. Sebastian DeBest is good, but Eustace Winter is also good. Justine Courtney, I'm sorry, is not good at all. My apologies to any Justines out there. Is not good. Not good at all. All right, let's play some game. Here. Yeah, what she said, I would have said it too, but you know, the devs want her to be a more important character. Oh, I just realized I have friends. Huh, how about that? I'll second that. You won me around with that, Kay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. It's like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said, what do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words? It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simeon's our client, and we're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest, not while he's counting on us. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? Yeah, that's right. You thought I stopped suspecting you. I never stopped. I'm on to you, Miles. I don't trust you at all. You shouldn't trust me. Maybe I'm a murderer. You don't know. I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I'm an associate with my father's firm. That's the role I have chosen. And that means, is he going to say he doesn't care if he loses his... What about Gumshoe? He's going to lose his too because he was like your henchman. But if I fail to save my client, I have failed in my duties. Duties. Oh crap, does that count as talking about poop? Oh. I will honor my father's vision and save Simeon Saint. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison. Oh crap, save. I gotta click the save. Oh, it wouldn't let me click save. I keep forgetting I need to save scum because this game on the screen where you can lose hit points. Oh, and the poll is done. Sebastian DeBest won with 61% of the vote. Crystal contributing 930 channel points. Second place was Horace Knightley with 37% of the vote. And third place, a distant third, was a tie between Simon Keys and J.L. Bird, with Justine Courtney getting no votes and deserving none. It's not a good name. I'm sorry. I should read some more in the chat, by the way. Nora says, oh yeah, our Streamlabs is down and it's really annoying. Wait, is my Streamlabs still up? I should check to see if my Streamlabs is up. Let's see, I'm gonna try the socials again to do Linktree. Oh, it is up, yay! Yay! Oak said, maybe Fender is just a muted guitar. Quickity said, oh, I would love it if Simeon was deaf like me. Magpie says, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, non-million. Okay, so non-million is 9. And maybe zillion, 10? I'm not sure. I couldn't figure out what 10 would be. Maybe dectillion? Because isn't a decagon is like a 10-sided object, I think? Oak says, also, Vero, could you pin that, please? I think it's funny. Nora said, metaphor. Fantasio. Quickity said, also captions, what if Simeon's fate is death? Well, I mean, if he did kill Horace Knightley, then he is death. Nora said, I too am death. I am become death, player of video games. Oak said, wait, did Vero pin that before I even said I said to pin? Vero said, yes, it was funny. So, Oak, you should be proud. Oak says, whoa, thank you, heart. Kukita says, I've only watched the first 10 episodes of Bleach, never finished it. Oh, I love Bleach. And they're finally doing the final... They're doing one of the same things that Attack on Titan did. They're doing the final season, but it's really broken up into 4 seasons. So it's like when Attack on Titan's doing like Attack on Titan, the final season, and it's like 3 seasons long. It's like, it's one of those things. But yes, I like it. A lot of filler. Skip the filler. Skip most of the filler. Most of the filler is not good in Bleach, though. Oak says, Vero heart, and then some Mantis emotes. Vero said, my job requirement includes pitting jokes. Oak said, yeah, you can mute a guitar. So what do you do what do you put on a guitar that mutes it? Is it something you like attach to the strings or something like that? Anyway, we should see what evidence we're gonna present. I'm going to assume it is the chess set. But let's double check all the other evidence we have just to be sure nothing else jumps out as a possibility. We have the prosecutor's badge, we have the building layout, there's the chess set, the rope, dead body, glove, the bloody tarp, the door sensors, prison roll call, black dog, Mr. Sahit's bracelet, dog chess piece, which that's gonna be important somehow apparently. Prison search, the chess diagram, the white floor, security camera footage, missing guard uniform, Mr. Knight's cell keys, security gates, tunnel prints, the autopsy report, the chisel, and Mr. Candace Bell. So we got like 3 new pieces of evidence here. Yeah, so it's gotta be the chess set, right? I hope so, because I'll lose hit points if I'm wrong.
Take that!
Usually, it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. But we already know that checks at one of the gate... we know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough of late. Namely, the gate at the entrance to the detention center. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard as late. Knight took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring him the chisel. Hidden inside his pocket chess set. That does answer one of our questions. Before you ask another, I'm gonna save again. We're over an hour to stream and I've only saved once. And if I die from hit points, I want to be able to reload not too far back. Nora said, also, Logan, remember how I asked if I bought you a game, would you play it on my birthday? Opinion on this? I replied to it. I said that I decided a while ago that I unfortunately cannot promise to play the games on stream if people decide to gift me games. So I cannot make that promise. But you said it was the, was it Detective Waffles? Waffles the duck? Waffles the dog? Something like that? I think the problem is, I realized in the past that if I do that sort of thing, if I open up that gate, I'm basically handing over control of the schedule to be dictated and decided by other people. Because then I'll just suddenly get like a gift from somebody on Steam. And I sometimes get those like out of the blue from people, from friends. And if it's like, well, now you gotta play it on Steam, it's like, well, crap, I had plans, but now apparently I can't play those plans. And maybe this isn't going to be good for the community. Maybe no one will like watching it. But so I can't do that. I unfortunately cannot promise to do that. But it does sound like a fun game. Oak said, you basically just hold your palm over the strings and it makes a softer, more plucky sound. So you mean like up on the frets or something? Or like, huh, interesting. Nora said, Logan, I'm at a total of 7 lessons. You just have to do 1 and be done. Pin this. Thank you, Vero. Oak says, stream was good. Nora says, stream was great. Great vegetables. Oak says, great vegetables, great stream. You see, I feel like I missed out on that meme from Persona 4 because I don't know if I ever did that gardening with Dojima. Did I, Oak? You probably are the most recent, having watched all of those old Persona 4 VODs. Which, by the way, Oak, I was delighted that you seemed delighted that the YouTube short I posted the other day, that the voice for Yoshizawa was the Maya voice, which, by the way, I posted another even longer Yoshizawa clip today. So if you haven't seen it, I think it's pretty cool. Oak said, we had to bring one of my cats to the vet because she kept peeing everywhere and we were worried it was a urinary tract infection. We just got the test back and she's fine. She was just peeing a lot. Reminds me of a video that I saw online where somebody's like, my kitten was so playful, always running around, so energetic. Then some people came over and she was playing a lot and the people left, and now she's just like sitting there staring at a wall and acting strange and isn't playful, and I'm really worried. And then there was a follow-up video the next day. Turned out she got overstimulated and it made her constipated, and that's all it was. So yeah, sometimes cats and dogs got to poop and pee. Oak says, how'd it go? Laughing, and Oak said she just kept peeing on our floors to be mean. You don't want the cat to be mean? Anyway, I should play some game. Probably. I assume I'm chasing away lurkers when I spend too much time away from the game. That does answer one of our questions. And it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Canis's. Pocket Chess said data updated in my organizer. Knight hid a chisel in here to prevent it from being found by the prison staff. So she's just gonna say that doesn't change anything? Who it belonged to, whatever it is. If anything, it means that Simeon Saint had access to a murder weapon. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of our security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. I still think it's it's probably that mink. It's either the mink or the alligator, slathered in mud by Sawheat. How does one explain it if Mr. Canis was not the culprit? I am glad we're going back, because maybe we can remember why Gavel was like, we're just ignoring that last time. But then how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? This one's a real 3-piper. That's right. Piping 3 times. The court, too, finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation. Wait, sure, yeah, okay, yeah, I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons, yeah. Is it gonna be another one, or is it just gonna be one of those 3 again? Because that was the gag in the first Ace Attorney, right? That he has 7 secret weapons, but there's only the 3? Or maybe Missile's just gonna do some. Introducing secret weapon number 4, Lil V. This looks like a high-tech gizmo. Has Gumshoe been holding out on us? Does he have, like, really good, useful items, but he just doesn't know when to use them? What sort of name is that, detective? I came up with it myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage. Have we seen Little V before? I'm assuming it stands for, like, TV, like it's a little TV. It's like a Lil V, little video. An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I am telling the truth. Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try. Yeah, all right, want me to talk you through how to use it, sir? Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear him out. Sure, why not? Oh, what?
Obviously, Miles is his favorite. Sorry, Phoenix.
Oh, so that's why Edgeworth gets access to the real good stuff. It's because he's his work husband. Also, somebody pointed out, who was it? Was it Queen Katie or somebody was saying something on Discord? How, like, posting that piece of fan art and talking about how the Kay and Gumshoe don't get to hang out with Miles whenever he makes a cameo in one of the last 3 Ace Attorney games. Okay, Kay, I kind of understand. Because maybe you haven't played Ace Attorney Investigations. Maybe that'd be a spoiler. But what about Gumshoe? Gumshoe. If you could run me... Oh, by the way, thank you for the 10 bits, in case I didn't already say that. If you could run me through its functions, detective, that would be most appreciated. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got old-timey Ace Attorney music playing here. Crystal with an unusual face with a division symbol, and then a little emote. Oak says, also, my guess for what Alonga thought it was an AA stream is because Nora's stream notification says objection every time. Maybe that's what it was. I'm sorry. Quiggity said, okay, but this is so spooky. Imagine, Logan, you're walking down somewhere and you hear bells ringing. You're looking around, unsure where it's coming from, and all of a sudden, stab! You don't even have time to realize what happened. You just die ASAP somehow with those bells ringing in your ears as the mystery person leaves. Okay, yes, that is terrifying. I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying he says the bells are the last thing you hear. I feel like that maybe the stabbing, if that's an instant death, maybe you hear that. But I don't know. Maybe it's so quick you don't even hear that. I do remember hearing a bit of trivia one time that was just putting things into perspective of how fast bullets travel. He was talking about, like, if you have a rifle and you shoot a deer at so many feet away, if you're like hunting, the bullet would hit the deer, knock it dead to the ground before the sound wave from the gun going off would reach the deer's ears. That's just like how fast it is. Oak says, Logan, we made the boob joke in spoiler chat like a week ago, laughing. It's still funny. Well, hang on, did somebody already make that joke in here too? Had I just forgotten? Am I gonna feel bad if I look back at the VODs and somebody made a boob joke and then like 2 weeks later I make it because I'm so scatterbrained about that type of thing? Nora said, Crystal, have you started watching Bloom Into You? Crystal says, hello there, my favorite streamer, Tia Bob. I gotta get that account back. I hope I'm able to. I mean, part of me wants to have the next few months off from having to edit videos every day, but I worked so hard on that TikTok account. And yes, but Tian Vab. Oak says, I really hope TikTok support helps. I hope so too, but I'm not holding my breath. Oak said, and if you use the same password on TikTok as everything else, you should definitely change them. I'm actually not sure if I do or not. I should probably go through and change passwords on everything just to be sure. So that's a very good point, Oak. Crystal says to Nora, unfortunately not yet because school but I can start it today since we got home early, says Crystal to Nora. Oak says, my dad's password was compromised recently. We had to change like all his passwords because they were all the same. Here's the thing, they always tell you is like, these days they say, okay, make sure they're complicated, make sure there may be more than one word, and make sure they're all unique through the things you do. What people don't realize when they give that advice is most people have like 1 billion passwords. And so you can't just like say, oh, okay, I'll just do a different one for every single device and I'll be able to remember, or not device, like service or website or whatever, and I'll easily be able to remember where they all are, unless you come with some sort of a naming convention. But if you do that, then they'll be able to figure out what it is if they get one of them, and it's just, well, there's no good answer to it. Nora says, Crystal, oh my gosh, yes, and please yap. I want you to yap. I want your reaction so bad. Queen Gator said, not gonna say too much, but this and case 1 are the shortest cases in this game. The others average at 5 pages in the guide. So you said this one's 4. Am I on the 4th page at least right now? Thank you very much, Queen Katie, though. I do appreciate that. And Nora said, we met a person who's not real in persona today. Who's not real? Not a real person? Oak says, who? Nora says, don't know. I'm so confused now. Okay, let's look at it. So basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye. And I can examine things with T. I see. I see T. T I C. I do not like that TIC. I do not like it CIT. Hey, next up, those controls at the bottom of the screen. The panels on the left and right let you rewind to fast forward. And you can use the middle one to pause. There's also, it looks like a full screen button. And get used to those and you're golden, shark. It seems I can also press E to fast forward or Q to rewind the footage. And I can press space to pause. And when the video's paused, you can go to the previous frame with Q or the next frame with E. Or just use the same control panels I showed you earlier. I like that they have the frame advance, so I don't have to worry too much about pinpointing exactly the right spot. And lastly, I better explain how to zoom. Just line up the old cursor with the area you want to take a closer look at. And then use the panel in the bottom right, and little V will do the rest. It's got those 2 expanding arrows right on it. Can't miss it, sir. It would appear I can zoom by pressing R2, D2. Hey, by the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff, just like in a regular view. Also, you can make use of previous and next frame to take a good look at what's really happening. I hope we'll be able to like it's not just gonna make it bigger, but if we zoom in at the mirror, maybe we'll be able to see more details. It's not realistic, but it sure be useful.
Actually, there's a canonical reason for that. Everyone in the police force have to file a restraining order to any officer/detective who gets fired. This was established after Moggy Bearda lost her job and borrowed money from her co-workers, then migrated to Borgini without returning.
Without returning their money. And actually, I made this up. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I was gonna say, I don't remember her. Oh, I like how you use the word migrating. Oh, crap, what were we getting a reason for? I don't remember what the reason for, but yeah, so I like that. Yeah. I honestly, it probably makes sense. I know that like at work, for example, there was a thing that if anyone ever got fired and seemed disgruntled about it, they had to like change all the security codes on everything because like what if the person tries to come back in? And then they eventually just changed away from like typing in security codes to giving everyone like a little RFID thing to just like scan in. Anyway, I gotta have a sip of water. I'm very thirsty. Well, thank you for the 10 bits. What the papa?
For Gumshoe not coming back with Miles in mainline games.
Oh, does that mean he's gonna get fired in this game? I mean, it's possible. Okay, here's the thing. It is possible. What if this chapter results in Edgeworth losing his badge and then Gumshoe getting fired, and then the rest of the game is like him trying to get back? And then at the end, he like dethrones the head prosecutor, the chief prosecutor or whatever, and becomes the new chief prosecutor in time for the Ace Attorney game, something like that. Maybe. You don't know. Well, some of you know, but I don't know. It's a possibility, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. And for the clarification. I do appreciate that. The only thing you can't do when you zoomed in is play the footage, so there's that. I see. And how do I zoom out again? Just use the panel in the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing arrows on there? That's because you're zoomed in.
You would get fired if you lose your salary that much at this point. Has working for free.
Actually, well, I feel like once you get the salary, I mean, it's yours. If you lose it, I don't think the police department's gonna be that upset. If anything, maybe they'd be happy if you lose your paycheck before you can deposit it or cash it, because then, oh no, except that would, they get their books all out of whack. I was gonna say maybe they get to keep the money. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, I appreciate it. Also, I see a pinned message here. Written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera, said, fun fact because I was curious, in the fan translation, Lil V is Mr. Analysis. Okay, so it is new to this. Lil V, Mr. Analysis. Ah. I like the whimsy of Mr. Analysis. Cause like Lil V, you gotta think about it. It's like, okay, it's like a little TV, a little video, a little V. I mean, Mr. Analysis doesn't really have a pun name, but I like the whimsy. But thank you very much for the pinned message. I appreciate that. Okay, where's the game? There we go. I gotta click back into it. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire Little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine. The footage from Mr. Knight's holding cell, other than the victim being attacked by that dog. I can't see what else it might show us. But suppose we're wrong, what could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Mr. Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. Okay, I had assumed it wasn't a dog, but I didn't think about it not being Knight. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure. What's in this footage seems odd. Oh crap, and I can't even save. Okay, so yeah, we can't see the head of the person. Oh, maybe, maybe the dog is just smooching him. Oh look, there's a, hey, did you see that? I didn't realize before, but there was that, so that's probably guard uniform, because look over here, you can see there's a person's hat. There's like a guard uniform hat. But I just want to zoom in on stuff. Can I just look at random things? Can I look at the lock? No, apparently not here. Okay, so zoom out. What about if I zoom in down here? Okay, and this shows how early it was. So this was like 6:42 a.m. So that would have been before the first morning roll call then, right? There's like nothing to examine. There's like some legs. That's not nothing. Okay, zoom back out. This is kind of neat, zooming in. Click, oh, no, still can't click on it. Okay, apparently we just gotta actually go with it. Okay, so play. Can I click and examine him now? Can I examine that dude? I must be seeing things. I should take another look. And if nothing seems off at first glance, zooming in might help. The devil is in the details after all. Okay, so it sounds like we won't be able to click a whole lot of stuff. We just gotta find the one thing, and that's probably gonna be the hat. So let's just keep watching. Actually, hang on. Can we get a good look at the dog? Oh, look at the dog. Look at that, that's like a little bear tail. It's Mark or Teddy or whatever, the polar bear. But I still can't. See, that's a little round fluff tail. Okay, let's zoom back out. Let's see if we can go further back in this. Maybe catch it while it's on the ground and get some details on this little dude. So this is a polar bear mauling. Zoop, 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 zoop. That's totally a polar bear. Look at that, you can make out all the details and everything. Examine it. Examine that thing. Wait, that's... I suspect we may have made a critical error of judgment. Crap, I probably also should have looked at the mirror to see the hat so we'd be able to see its missing guard uniform, right? I assume that we're gonna see both and we'll be able to go back in, I hope. I hope I didn't mess up. What we're looking at here is no dog. This animal is... We're gonna pick the stupid answers first. Because that's what we do. It's a cat. That's not a dog. It's a cat. Is that... Miles, buddy, I'm squinting hard here, but nothing about this picture says kitty cat to me. Mr. Edgeworth, the court demands that you take these proceedings seriously. Oh! But I was being serious. Guess I better take another look. Okay, so this animal is a pig. That's not a dog. It's a pig. A pig? I guess if you look at it from a certain angle... Eustace, this is most certainly not a pig. Hey, look, sometimes even the most uptight people need a little lull in their lives. Am I right, Miles? What the heck is a lull? What? You mean it was just some dumb joke? Mr. Edgeworth, the court demands that you answer seriously and truthfully. Oh! Lull had better not have meant loss of life. Have you ever seen those memes where it'll be like some well-intentioned grandmother will respond to some text and it's like, oh my gosh, my sister died, I'm so sad. And the response, lol. And the grandmother's like, I thought it means lots of love. Guess I better take another look. Okay, so we'll reload because that was just seeing the extra silly stuff. And we'll say it's a bear. Yes. And it's slathered in the mud that Sawweed was talking about. So he probably had Carcerado's little bear. But does that mean that little Teddy, little Mark is a murder mark? A marketer? That's not a dog. It's a bear. No, he's not. He's wearing a necktie. Yeah, da. Hey. So what? So the paw prints from the photo I took were not canine, but ursine. Tunnel print data updated by organizer. Photo of the tunnel between the prison and the detention center shows paw prints made by a bear.
They hate to see a man get their derp on.
I know, what's wrong with that, huh? Why is that such a crime that a judge needs to stab you? Or I guess in this case, she's not stabbing, she's hitting us, clobbering us with a hammer, bonking our brains out. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Wendy. I appreciate that. And a poll has appeared. It said, paid poll, name puns for chat, but a second time. Gorm Lockfin, Haze My Fin, Sulomod Fin, Ruby Fin. Oh, I assume Fin is probably fan. Chia Fin. So it'd be Gormlock Fin, Gormlock. Haze My. Oh, probably Heismay. So that'd be Queen Katie. Sulomod Fin. Ruby Fin is obviously Ruby, and Chia is probably Chie.
Grimlock.
Oh, Gorimlock! Ah, there we go. Gorimlock. There we go. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. So I'll vote for that one, because that's a transformer. So thank you very much for the poll. I appreciate that, and for the 10 bits and the TTS. Let me read some more in the chat, because I am still so far behind. Oh, and by the way, I see over on YouTube, Opinion says, I doubt Lil V is new enough for this to be possible, but I like imagining Gumshoe naming it after Lil Thief. Ah! It'd be nice. I just also want to imagine every time we're zooming in, Gumshoe is muttering to himself like NCIS stuff, like, all right, enhance more, yeah. But I appreciate that. Let's see. Crystal says, don't worry when I watch don't worry, when I watch something a friend watch, I react in real time, so you would actually be there for my reaction. You won't miss a thing, to Nora. Nora says, yay! Crystal with an emote. Nora says, I can enjoy Yuri. Crystal says, whatever you say, Nora. Quiggity said, also, Logan, you're just about halfway to the third page. For the case, then it'll be the final page. This game is gonna take longer than Persona 5 took. This is unbelievable. Squeeze says, yes, send me a DM. I joined your Discord. Get at me on there. I need to know by Monday if you want to join. I will let you know. I will send you a message. Squeeze, thank you very much. Oh, and here we go. A pin message that is explaining all the names. So Grimlock Finn is Grimlock fan. Heisme Finn is Heisme Finn. Slow Mode fan and Ruby fan. And Chia Finn is Chie fan. There we go. Let's see, gotta read some more in the chat. Gotta get caught up. Oak says, what clip viewer does Nora use? Because that seems to work every time. Squeeze says, I went to that one and met Kevin Eastman, the TMNT collector. Okay, when I was at that convention, he had a booth there, but he wasn't there while I was there. I did, however, get a print that is up on this wall over here that I think is kind of neat. However, I have met him before at San Diego Comic-Con at like the heavy metal booth. So I think that it counts. It counts. Let's see. Atlantic said, I finally awoken from my late night nap. I think that's just called sleeping. Atlantic. But how you doing, Atlantic? So good to see you. Crystal doing a shout out for me. Nora said, I am part of the Aromatic Spectrum trio. What he said, okay, that Ave Mujica episode was gas. Nora said, oh, it's the same as Logan's. Wait, what's the same as mine? What's me? What's the same as me? Nora said, Wendy. Oak said, maybe it just hates Logan. Oh, you're talking about Twitch Guru. Wait, so is it back up? No, hang on, let's test this out. Because I tested earlier, I think it was the other day, so it wasn't today. Okay, I have turned Twitch Guru back on. One of the few times I can say that I have turned someone on. So let's test it out and see if something happens. And nope. Maybe they changed like the scripting for it. I should check out the website. Maybe there's something else that I need to copy paste over to it then. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the effort. I've turned it back off. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Quiggity said, oh, don't worry, Logan, as far as I know, we do not have an Alba-length testimony this game, I hope. Otherwise, I'll also have to suffer that with my replay through. What he said, I think it's such a cool detail, honestly. Nora said, hi, Wendy. When he says, Nora. Vera said, lurk, grabbing food. Thank you for the lurk. I guess you're probably back from it now. Quiggity said, phew, I had to check there are no Alba-length final testimonies in the game. Thank goodness. Nora said, oh, guys, I have 14 entries for the Persona sweepstakes thing. Quiggity and I are rivals right now until the winner is announced. That reminds me, there was like a contest. I was wondering if you guys can help me with some entries. I should post on Discord. It's just one of those things where you gotta like follow and retweet somebody on Twitter. The prize is a transformer. Nora said, Batty Verity. Quiggity said, yes, eternal rivals until one or neither of us wins. Nora said to Queen Katie, chances are probably neither. And Oak said, there is a chance I may have to leave a little early tonight. No! What you got going on tonight, Oak? I hope it's something fun. If you gotta go do something fun, I can't blame you. Let me breathe a little bit, have a sip of water, and we'll get back in the game. All right. Oh, I don't think I even read what the update actually said. I assume it just is talking about how it's a bear now. It is photo of the tunnel between the prison and the detention center shows paw prints made by a bear. A bear? So could that mean? Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? And if we were mistaken about the creature in the footage, it's not inconceivable that we were mistaken about the person in the footage too. Maybe there's something there we could they could prove it, sir. Something that shows it wasn't Mr. Knight. You're right. We can't see the person's face, which means a direct identification is out of the question. But perhaps there's something that can tell us who they are indirectly. Indirectly, like the mirror? Gumshoe did a smart! Gumshoe did, because obviously it's a mirror. We saw the hat in the mirror. That Gumshoe, come here, Gumshoe. You're smart boy. Pat on your head. Gumshoe is smart. Yes, it's certainly worth a look. Although I don't like it when they spoon feed you stuff, but it's nice for Gumshoe to be a smarty pants boy. Okay, so we gotta wait until we can see that hat in the mirror, and then we'll be able to tell us the guard uniform this dude's wearing. There we go. Zoom in. And the hat. The figure is reflected in the mirror here, too. Is that a hat? Hey, say, doesn't that look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Oh, jeez, is that what I think it is? Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently? Well, somebody was talking about, like, the day before, Knight had attacked one of the guards, and he was knocked unconscious. So Knight didn't do it. It was the animal who did it. Wait, is this the right day for that, though? I thought that was the day before the murder. Or was that the day of? I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused and turned around. But does that mean he didn't attack the guard and take his key? That the animal did and they just assumed it was Knight because he was the only one in the cell? Oh, and a pin message here. Oh, it's the same explanation in the names before. I thought it was maybe a new one. There we go. Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently? Not that I heard of. Or that could be like somebody else wearing the stolen guard uniform. It could be Carcerado. It could be Carcerado if he came up through the tunnel. It could be Saw Wheat if he came in through the door since his bracelet was busted. Or it could just be Lagarde. We haven't seen what she is under that coat. So, this may not be a guard at all, but somebody dressed as one. You know, what if it's Carcerado? That he stole the uniform. Maybe Sawheat came in using his bracelet, got the uniform back. Carcerado wore it, climbed through the tunnel, and the bear isn't attacking him. The bear's just wrestling because they practice, they spar, right? Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of the hat. It's gonna be the stolen uniform, right? I can't save, so we'll just go ahead and do it.
Take that!
So, no guards have reported being attacked by animals as far as we know, but we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed? Guard disguise? Oh, yeah, I guess it might work. You know, good on them. Yeah, that's the thing. If it's a good idea that they have to escape, and then they're free to go. Wait, weren't we just talking about someone? We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. I still think he might be dead somewhere. He's not necessarily an escapee. He could be dead. We had assumed it was Knight in the security footage. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. A game theory. Ugh. Perhaps. But now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. That's why, attention everyone, you always want to learn about every hole possible. You may think you only need to know about one, but no, learn about all available holes if you want to thoroughly understand every possible means of escape. I should read some more in the chat. I don't even know what that meant, by the way. Sounded vaguely dirty, though. Nora said, Queen Katie, chances are probably neither. Already read that. What he says, I had a weird dream before work where I moved again and was getting my new room set up, and I had exercise bikes in it. And when I turned, more and more bikes appeared until they like completely filled the room. It's almost like Weeping Angels, how when you look away they move, except it's bikes that just appear when you look away. It's a little bit scary. I wouldn't want that to happen in real life. Oak said, it's not guaranteed, but I might. Do we get to ask what it is you might have going on tonight, Oak? Moonlight said, I'm good. By the way, my schedule has changed again. I'll be working on Tuesdays instead for the next 2 weeks. I will do my best to remember that, Moonlight. Realistically speaking, no promises, though. I'm a little bit scatterbrained sometimes. When he says, oh my gosh, this fingerprints dialogue is just like the one Animaniacs joke. It reminded me of that too. I didn't want to say anything because that is a dirty Animaniacs joke. And I think we talked about it before. And I didn't want to sound like a broken record. But yes, yes, Wendy. Oak says, ad quote, unless he's just really good at wiping. Magpie says, no, fingerprints. I don't think so. Supposedly, that was just like an ad lib in the recording booth or something like that. And they're like, oh, we gotta see if we can slip that in. I mean, they're gonna tell us to cut it out. And they missed it. When he says, oh my gosh, I have 20 entries in the Persona thing. A timestamp 4646. I am 50 minutes behind. This is not good. Beer with the Unlurk says, cheese sandwich. I love cream cheese. I've only ever had cream cheese on bagels, not on regular bread. I think I might have to try that though. Welcome back, Vero. Thank you for the Unlurk. Nora said, when he may the best entrier win. When it said basically got a 0.01% chance of winning this thing, but somebody's got to win. Things with an only 0.01% chance of happening do happen. Nora said, I have a 0.007 chance of winning. Hello, that's the exact number. Beowulf said, pin this please. It's only on Saturday, March 29th. Oh, read that earlier. Oak said, I had never understood the mentality of you smelt it, you dealt it. It's just not true. No, because what it is it's people. It's basically trying to pretend to be the first one to smell it so you can blame it on somebody else to make it seem to cast off aspersions. Because surely, if you complain about the smell, thank you very much, Nora, for the Tomcat. But if you complain about the smell, surely, because you wouldn't draw attention to the fart smell. And so yeah, that's what it is, I think. But Oak says it's just not true. Beowulf says salute to Vero. Oak says to Vero, actually yes, please make a poop counter. Vero says, I can make a poll to be democratic. Hang on, I need to breathe. I've been talking so much. Oh, okay, that feels a little bit better. When he says, also, y'all low-key think I got scammed? This Persona poster I bought was supposed to ship by the 21st, and it hasn't. And I've messaged the seller twice, and I haven't gotten an answer. Where are you buying it from? If you're messaging a seller, was it on eBay? Was it on, like, Amazon Marketplace or something like that? I mean, it's possible. I mean, usually those websites will have like things you can go through if you're like, hey, that wasn't delivered, person hasn't is not responding to my messages, and maybe get like a refund that way if you really think so, depending on how long it goes. Quickgator said, BRB gonna put some nuggets in my air fryer, I'm hungry. Vera said, no, that sucks. Wendy said, I'm praying it's just delayed because it's so cute. Quickgator said, the nuggets are cooking, gonna mute Logan while I listen for its ding. Darn, because you know what, if she didn't mute, I'd try to do the ding. I can do a very good impression of an air fryer ding. Wait, you ready for this? Ding! Sounds exactly like an air fryer. Ding! That's what they sound like. Ding! Let's see. Oak says, redeem a poll, best fan translation name in AA. There's the list we had before. When he says, oh my gosh, Gavel, please step on me. So apparently, both Nora and Wendy now are lusting after Gavel. Quiggy said, oh, absolutely, Mark. Oak said, I don't even think Mark is a fan translation. Is just great. No, I think somebody said that was the Japanese name. That because like the Japanese word for bear is ku-ma. It's the Japanese character ku and then ma. So you swap those, you get ma-ku. 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 So that's Mark. Ma-ku. Right? Crystal says Sebastian the best because he is the best. Quickgator said Mark is the Japanese name. Oak says no. Quickgator said the polar bear was Rocco in the fan translation. Vera said sorry. Oak. Nora says dang it. Quickgator said wait, no, it was Rocky. My bad. Yeah, because otherwise they probably wouldn't have named Carcerado Rocco, right? Oak said, oh, I voted yes. It is not anonymous. Vera with a mommy command. Nora says, I was a yes voter. What he said, also Project Sakai dropped a new banner and it has Emu on it. And Emu's card is so pretty. I might have to go for T100. Was that the one with the green hair that I said that one time that you were playing it? I was like, oh, that character's cute. Quiggy said, oh, my nuggets are dinging. I must nab the buggets. Must nag the buggets. Crystal says, get them. Magpie says, buggets. Yeah, we gotta pin that. Buggets. When he said, homie got the Sonic air fryer. Oak says buggets. Vero says buggets. Wendy says buggets. Crystal says buggets. You know, I know that this is really late. This is like almost an hour ago, but I'm gonna type it in the chat. Buggets. Buggets. Let's see. Crystal says buggets. Nora says buggets. Oak said, wait, Vera, did you see the poll redeem? Crystal said, imagine we just quote buggist. Oh man, I'm really running out of air tonight. I don't know what it is. I've been talking way too much. I feel like I should play the game, but I don't know if you guys realize this. 90% of this game is talking. Let me breathe for a second. Okay. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? Let's save. Because I'm guessing it's going to be Carcerado, right? But then we'll have to like figure, well, how did Carcerado get the uniform? Then we'll say it was Sahwit. So maybe this is like a thing where everybody did the murder. Everybody was involved in some way, shape, or form. I mean, even Canis technically, since he like removed the murder weapon. The person in the security footage is... Oh, I didn't want to go down that way. Wait, no. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, hey, wait. Shi Long Lang gets his own profile. You don't usually see him looking directly at the camera like that. An Interpol agent with an unrivaled arrest rate, originally from Zhangfa. Okay, there we go. Hey, Rocco Casurado here is me, Rocco Casurado. I believe I know who our god in disguise is. It's none other than Rocco Casurado, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it's him because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion. But the bear in the video is all black. Oh, and I'm sorry. Mr. Edgeworth, I forgot. You are not racist, so you do not see color. Indeed, and we have evidence that explains why. The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is it the glove? Sullied after being worn by Sawheat when administering dark mud packet treatment. Yeah, so he slathered up the bear in mud.
Take that!
With the ba-ba-ba?
Also, Emu is the Project Sekai character with short pink hair that I almost always play as Lamau.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I think the character I was thinking of had like short green hair or something like that. So, but short pink hair. I also saw like a picture that was so weird to me. It was Hatsune Miku and the one with like the red hair and the little twin tails that did that like mesmerized video, and they were like leaning into the frame, looking at the camera, and it looked like it was an official image, like a Vocaloid official image of some sort. And I don't know if their pigtails were clipping into each other, but it looked like if you zoom in and look at it, her like curly Q was going around Hatsune Miku's pigtail thing. So I don't know, they're tangled up or something. But oh hey, I look over into YouTube, but Genos is here. Wanted to drop something by and say hello. Hey Genos, how you doing? I'm glad you're here because we just looked at Lang in the our little organizer. But how are you? Opinion says, do you need a break or some water, man? I probably do. But I don't do things just because I need to do them. I make bad choices. And Jenna says, Lang, my goat. See, like I said, wonderful timing right there. All right, let me read a little bit in the Twitch chat, then we'll get back to the game. Let's see. Oak said, or read that, and Oak is saying, buggist. Vera said, I keep missing them. Hold up. Quigeta said, it was a false alarm, guys. How could you? Crystal says, buggets. Nora says, buggets. Moonlight says, man, on being anonymous, I was the no tiebreaker. Well, thank you very much, Moonlight. I owe you a great debt. Quigeta said, no, not the buggets. Beowulf says, buggets. Nora says, buggets. Quigeta said, the mark is not a fan translation name, by the way. It's Rocky. Oak said, I wouldn't say Logan isn't unhinged. It's just that Germ is so unhinged that it isn't even close. Magpie says, the other game with the character named Helmut is Psychonauts 2. I highly recommend it. I've heard of it, but I haven't ever played it. And, oh, hang on. I gotta unpin this. I gotta unpin this. Because how can I have that pinned when this exists from Crystal? Queen said, I make one typo when everyone gangs up on me. Oak said to Queen Kitty, yeah, we could either leave Mark out because it technically isn't a fan translation, and also it would win by a landslide, or we could keep it for fun. Nora said, buggets. Crystal says, 58-10. I am 45 minutes behind. Oak said he's not even far behind. Oak, I'm 45 minutes behind. Vera said it's not a minute, so it's fine. Quigeta said, okay, now my nuggets are ready. I'm gonna go nab my nuggets. Oak said he's like 15 minutes behind. Why can't it just be 15 seconds? Vera said the song is giving graduation vibes. Magpie says, but will there be buggets? Affectionate. Nora said, don't you mean buggets? Crystal says, graduation, like in Danganronpa/J. Vera said, quick, take advantage of this and make buggets merch. Maybe we need to create a buggets emote. What would buggets be? Are they nuggets made of bugs? Because that's the thing. Like, people are trying to say, like, oh, eat bugs. High in protein. Vera said, lol, if they can graduate. Nora said, I would 100% buy buggets merch. Quickita said, I have the nuggets. And Quickita said, I have the guide, Sir Logan. Oak said, maybe we add a new counter to the duty command if we can't have a poop come out. A counter. Crystal says, is there no shout out? And Oak said, yeah, Twitch Guru's down. Crystal says, oh man. Nora said, Logan, Guru isn't working. Quickita said, how do we know what is filler in Bleach though? I always look up filler guides for anime that'll tell you, like, watch till this episode, then stop. The problem is their first major filler arc, the Bount arc, they introduced like 3 new random characters that are just like unique to the filler arc. And then the next arc, they kind of shoehorn them in to hang out. So it makes you feel like, oh, I guess I gotta go back and watch that arc so I at least know who they are. But you really don't need to. Just know that there'll be 3 characters that are gonna show up and they'll be there briefly and then they just disappear forever because they're not important. Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Sawwheat's testimony. Hey, that's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Such a dirty, dirty glove. Oh, of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? I thought that the footage we watched said like 6-something a.m. Maybe it was wrong. Oh no. Maybe I read it wrong. The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick, black mud. Yep. Thick black mud. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment. Yeah, that animal could have been, indeed, our polar bear! Mr. Edgeworth, your last assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. I understand the footage from the security camera. She's gonna say it's the wrong time! But I guess if he slathered the bear up at 6... Wait, no. I was gonna say he slathered at 6, he could still be there at 9, but he slathered it at 9. I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sawwheat mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway, and this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage. Okay, so we're just getting right there. I feel like if this was Phoenix Wright, we'd have to wait for people to, like, tell him, and then he'd be like, what? I don't know what to do. But Edgeworth is just smart. It does? Yes. Let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay? Well, if it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m. In which case, something isn't right about the footage. I'm going to assume it's the time. I don't know if it's gonna make me click it. Just in case it's like hard to click, like you gotta click on the exact perfect center of the digit I'm gonna save. Really? And what's that? What new contradiction does the security footage introduce relative to when it was recorded? It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. It says pause. And let's zoom in. It's the number 6. But what is a 6 but an upside down 9 that has not been devoured by 7?
Take that!
Mr. Sawwheat said he administered the treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show a time of around 9. It is also possible that Mr. Sawwheat, a convicted murderer, is also a liar. I mean, if he was in on this, maybe it was an attempt to frame Canis. I don't know. I should read some more in the chat, though, because I am still so far behind. Let's see. Nora said, oh, my brother is obsessed with Bleach. It's like all he talks about. It is one of my favorite, like, bad guy teams. You know how, like, sometimes in shonen anime they'll have an arc where it's like, we gotta infiltrate the bad guy place, and they'll have, like, a team of bad guys. You gotta, like, fight your way up through their ranks until you get to the big one. It's the Arrancar arc in Waco Mundo, the Espada. They're a perfect bad guy ranked team. Oak says, actually, there is probably a physical mute for a guitar. It just costs money, so I use my palms. Although I can't play guitar, so I'm not the right person to ask. When he said a mute guitar, to mute a guitar, don't you just use your palm? You can also use a cloth or a sock. See, I don't know these things. Crystal said, smack the guitar, when he said, but most people just use their palm. Oak says, I have 2 guitars, one electric and one acoustic, exclusively because you can't really emulate them digitally as well as drums or bass. Crystal said, or you can also do a rock and roll style guitar. Smash them, Wendy/J. Quickett said, man, those nuggets were good. Actually, Queen Katie, I believe you mean buggets. Those buggets are good. When he said, oh, Gavel, my glorious queen, you are so fine, oh my gosh. Oak says, buggets, Queen Katie. Nora said, Inspector Waffles. Nora said, that is very fair. Queen Katie said, yeah, that's very understandable. I like how I gifted Logan Yangtze River, but I can't wait ages for him to start it, unlike a certain someone with a certain game law. I will get to like a lot of these games, but it's all in due time. I was hoping to maybe do either Yangtze River or Fuga in March, but it looks like our added extra bonus streams in March are going to be taken up by Split Fiction co-streams with Chief Asian. But I will have some more of those later in the year, I think. Also, over on YouTube, Genos is saying, I was also here a little earlier, but couldn't chat. You do Doggen's voice so well, it perfectly encapsulates how I imagined him to sound, lol. Is that Canis's fan translation name? Doggen? I'm trying to... But speaking though of voices, did you guys see? Some of you probably didn't see it, because some of you might not have been here when we played Your Turn to Die, but over on the Your Turn to Die channel, our good buddy Weird Name 7 popped in and randomly just posted this video that somebody posted on Twitter that included some of my footage from one of my YouTube shorts from Your Turn to Die. It was when I was voicing Midori, and it's like, it just says like there's 2 types of Midori voice actors, and has this lengthy section where I'm talking about things, and then I won't spoil it, but it's like, hey, it was so cool. Like somebody out there I noticed my stuff and like made a funny thing out of it. I was so happy. Okay, in which case the security footage should also show a time of around 9. However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. Also, I want to check something real quick. On the roll call for all the prisoners, what time was the... Oh, right up here. 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. Victim's body had not been found at the time of the 7 a.m. roll call. So 6 a.m., this would have been before the 7 a.m., but the victim's body had not been found. So that means his body was not in the workshop, but we don't know if he was necessarily still alive then. He could have died already, right? Or does the autopsy report give a time of death? The interim report suggests the cause of death was a stab wound in the neck inflicted by a sharp blade. Death was instantaneous. Bronco Knight, age 24, stab wound to the throat, a sharp blade of some sort, so no time of death. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. For when they were young prisoners, the guard took them into the yard to see the grand circus. I don't know. Never mind. Didn't quite work in my head as well as I thought it would. All except 3, Mr. Canis, who remained in his cell in maximum security. Mr. Sawheat, who is administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop. And Rocco Carcerotto, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. So that's when Lagarde said there were 3 empty chairs. No, because it wouldn't be. Did she say there were 3 empty chairs? Because they wouldn't put out a chair for Canis. A, he's in solitary-ish, in maximum security. And B, I'll be real, he can't watch the circus. He can listen to it. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Sawheat before entering the tunnel. I'm off to commit a murder. Bye, everybody. It's adorable murder when a bear does it. Okay, so we're going to say that it was Carcerata that went in there, and the bear wasn't attacking. The bear was just like, I miss you. Hold me in your arms. And the bear then slipped out of Mr. Sawheat's grasp to run after its human. Mr. Sawheat would then have left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Canis's dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. So all this checks out. This is like a good time frame that we've got here. But it doesn't make sense why the time is, oh, maybe just the clock on the security camera footage is wrong.
Hey!
I heard what happened. I should read some chat. Let me have a sip of water and I gotta read some chat. Let's see, Nora said, we'll just have to have a celebration that day. Indeed, we always like try to wish everybody a happy birthday, do a song, something kind of fun. Quick said, the great spoiler clip moment is coming up soon after the segment Logan's about to do. Oh, are we there yet? Did we reach it? We probably have, but I just haven't found it in the chat yet. Oak said, you probably didn't hear about the Great Vegetables meme because it comes from Joseph Anderson's playthrough of Persona 4. And if I remember correctly, it was happening around the time you were playing as well. Okay, it's like the context clues I picked up. I'd assume that people just liked Dojima saying that and maybe people gardened every day. They heard it a lot or something like that. Oak said, so it didn't have as much time to spread. Magpie says, well, thank you, by the way, Oak, for explaining that. I didn't know that. Magpie says, a three-piper refers to Sherlock Holmes. Oh, because, yeah, I do remember that now. Where he had to think about it so long, he went through his pipe 3 times. The Sherlock Holmes 3-pipe problem, or in this canon, Sherlock Holmes 3-pipe problem. Okay, that makes so much more sense then. Thank you very much, Magpie. And Quick says, Gummy, where did you get this? Oak says to Magpie, a 3-piper. My cat's name is Piper. Did she get cloned? Yes, there's 3 of them now, Oak. And one of them always tells lies, one of them always tells the truth, and one of them meows. Crystal says Gumshoe has favoritism toward Edgeworth. Edgeworth equals better gadgets. Nora said, I want either my energy drink or my coffee. So bad right now, I fear. Crystal says, laughing. Oak says, is Gumshoe and Maya into Great Ace Attorney? TGAA. Well, Oak, that one takes place like 100 years in the past. So I'm going to assume yes. I'm going to assume yes, that they are in it as main characters. It's gonna be like Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's all about them traveling through time. It's the 2 of them and a talking animal sidekick. Quick says, okay, I semi-hated this segment because I was playing the DS version on my phone. It was rough, but surely the widescreen version is much better for Logan. Actually, yeah, that went pretty smoothly, I think, with the bear and the mirror. Moonlight says, I doubt you'll chase away people, Logan. There are just chatting streams. I know, but here's the thing. The people in just chatting streams tend to fall into 2 categories. People who are interesting and people who are hot. Oh, and a 3rd category where they're just like showing copyrighted material illegally or whatever. But as far as just people who are doing the just chatting, I don't think I'm interesting enough or hot enough to really have a just chatting audience, but I do appreciate that, Moonlight. Oak says, I have a password manager. Nora said, we met a weird person who's in the intro specifically to taunt me, but he's not real. Oak said, Naoto isn't real. He was just put in the opening to taunt Nora into thinking he would join the party. Huh?
You've had just chatting streams that were really popular.
110 bits! I'm guessing you probably accidentally hit the 1 twice. I'm so sorry, Vero. I appreciate the extra $1, but I'm so sorry that had to be an accident, right? I'm so sorry, Vero, but thank you so much. Oddly enough, I think one of my most popular streams I've had recently was the mouthwashing stream, which is weird because I posted like 8 or 9 or 10 mouthwashing TikToks, and most of them people did not like. So it was a bit disappointing, but I'm sorry, Vero, for that, but thank you so much for the bits. I will try to make good use of that $1. Thank you. Oh, and over on YouTube, Jenna says, Canis, I forgot for a second. That reminds me, I really got to watch your Turn to Die playthrough. Cool to see you're getting recognition on Twitter. I know, it was neat. It was so, because I basically did a similar voice for Midori that I did for Canis. It was, I think, a little bit more kind of fluctuation and variation, just like slightly. Maybe I'm the only one that can hear it, in order to make him seem just a little bit more kind of unhinged. But I had a lot of fun. Now that people are talking about Your Turn to Die again, since there was that update, I probably need to finally make a Your Turn to Die highlight video. But there's some stuff I'd want to put in, like the 5.5 minute long segment about the revolver puzzle, because I'm still so proud of myself with that. But it would probably be like, 2 clips and then 5 minutes of that, and people would just zone out, so I probably won't. But yes, Genos, it's all there. I believe there's probably a playlist for it, just saying. Keep in mind, that was a couple of years ago. I'd like to think I'm slowly getting better at this by now. Oh my gosh. By the way, we're at the 2-hour mark. I'm still so behind. I used to play some game because I don't know where the time is going. Mr. Caddis's dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. Why would the timestamp be wrong? Was it tampered with? Is Lagarde? I still think she might be the murderer. Maybe she set the clock differently in order to confuse the time of death. Detective, I would like to have the security camera examined right away, please. So, oh crap, I used my wrong hand. I hope nobody noticed. I'm back, Sharp, but I edited from the wrong side of the screen. I don't know how I got turned around all the adventure I've been on. I just talked to the guards and, oh, they don't like me. Oh. Seems like the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power. What? I know why you're disappointed. That's good. That helps us. Right. Did we have anything about a blackout happening in the prison in the last couple of days? They're pretty old, sir. I guess the clock stops when the power's off. Which would mean the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. Not necessarily. When it stops, it might reset to 12. It just means that it went off 3 hours from midnight. Or like 3 hours after midnight. Or okay, we're going with that apparently it stops, but it remembers its place. Security camera footage, data updated by organizer. The timestamp is off due to a 3-hour gap in the footage. This was actually recorded around 9 a.m. Yeah, it's not all, sir. You remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? Hey, we found him. Up his bum. Yeah, we should have looked there. A lot of prisoners hide stuff there. You'd be surprised. It's a really crappy place to hide stuff. Hey. Yeah, I suppose you could call it the key to the back door now. Hey. These, by the way, these count as butt jokes, not poop jokes. No one believed him, considering, well, you know, he seemed kind of like the only suspect. Turns out that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold just like the other guy. The other guy is going to be presumably Carcerado, who might be somebody else, but probably Carcerado in the guard uniform in the detention center cell. Wait, or... Oh, no, wait, no. Sorry. He's saying that Knight was knocked out like the guard was. He might have already been dead at that point then, maybe. I don't know. Sorry, I thought I misunderstood what it was saying. Never mind, I thought it was being smart, but I was not. Which may not necessarily have been a lie. Hey, darlings, there you all are. Oh, how goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? So I was wrong about it being the mink slathered in mud, but it also turns out that the animal didn't attack. The animal was just given a hug. I should read some more in the chat now. Hang on, I also gotta breathe, hang on. There we go. Nora says to Oak, who? Well, if you're talking about Naoto, I'm trying to remember, what was the name Naoto was given? It was something young man. When you first, I don't even remember. Let's see. Queegate said, fun fact, because I was curious, in the fan translation, Little V is Mr. Analysis. Oh yeah, we read that earlier. Pin. Queegate said, please pin that video. I'll accept the buggest mistake. Oh, and there is Chickapoo with the lurk. Thank you so much, Chickapoo. That is one of those usernames that you can't be sad saying. Chickapoo. I'm sorry, Chickapoo, that I'm like probably a good 45 minutes to an hour behind. You probably long since stopped lurking and left, but so good to see you. Nora said, do you ever chase someone down a whole day, down a whole hallway to get a hug from them? I did today. You gotta be careful when you do that type of thing. Okay, so at the theater that I perform at, I remember like a few years ago, there was one of the volunteers was this girl who was a very huggy person. I would like try to tackle hug people sometimes. I remember one time I walked in and she ran and decided to add a little jump to her tackle hug, but I don't know. I don't know what exactly the thought process was here. But when she jumped, I don't know if this was just reflexive. She like tucked her legs in like into a ball, and then her knees slammed right into my ribs and bruised one of my ribs. So please be careful with that. When he said, I feel like Edgeworth is the type of dude to type on his phone with his index finger and squint at the screen. Oh, type, oh, adjust the glasses. Oh, doesn't like that. No, you know what? I bet he uses a stylus even if it's a small enough phone that your thumb can reach across, I think he used the stylus and holds his pinky up. He probably holds it like a normal pencil, but with the pinky up like that. That's what I'm gonna headcanon. Moonlight said that is way too small for a dog, and too bear-like. I'm just saying. Quickly said, Logan, you're dying from animal cringe. Was I? Was I? Just because I guessed wrong. Viewer said, what the heck is a lol? Let's see, and there was the redeemed poll. Oak said, saw it this time. What he said, how does bro not know what lol means? I'm crying. Oak said, they're all from the same family. Nora said, lurk, I'll BRB. Thank you for the lurk, see when you get back. Quickly said, I guess you could say that Mark was ... Mark. Beer said, the Finn family. Quickly said, hi's May heart. Hey, Queen Katie. Betty to fame. Let's see, that was pinned. What he said, chat, how long has Logan been on this case? It's been like weeks. Oak said, can't believe Logan didn't even vote for Chie fan when it's him. I'm not the only Chie fan, but she's pretty great. Nora said, okay, I'm back. Oak says to Nora, you are in this poll. Vera said, 4 streams? I think it's been even longer than that. Maybe it just feels longer. Nora said, yes, twice. Queen Gator said at least 5, I think. And there was the shout out attempt. Oak says, add quote, one of the few times I have turned someone on. I mean, I feel like there's context to be had there. Oh, Barcode 1208 said, hi, you mate. How's it going? Hi. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, and that reminds me, because you've got that share the love thing. I still need to do that myself. I keep forgetting. I've got like 1 day left to do that. That's a good reminder. Hi, Barcode. Welcome. Crystal said, welcome in Barcode. Barcode said, breathing's overrated anyway. I'll say, it sure feels like it sometimes. Moonlight said, Logan, just curious, what's the lowest voice you can do? So, okay, because sometimes I'll do the Pearl voice. Which is down, okay. Which is down here, getting low. Let's see how low. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry you home. Swing low, sweet chariot. I probably shouldn't do things that do notes. Go down here, low. Probably down here like this. Something like that, I think. Does that sound low? I can't even tell if that sounds low or not. Oak says, it's not anything fun, really. I'm just sleepy, so if I get too sleepy, I might have to go to bed early. Oh, totally understandable. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Quickly said, a quote from the Twitch Guru site. Exciting news, Twitch Guru is thrilled to unveil its complete remake from the ground up Explorer revamped site. Now by clicking here, I don't know if that's a new thing or not, though. Okay, I will have to check that out. Maybe I just need to recopy and paste fresh new code for it or something. Queen Kate said, posting the new site in the Discord. Said, spoiler clip moment incoming chat soon. Crystal says, hey, Queen Katie. Queen Katie said, Logan, if it was Sawheat going via the door, we would have seen it in the video. Yes, Crystal. Well, I still think that Sawheat is the one who stole the uniform. Because how would Carcerado have gotten the stolen uniform? The uniform is in the lockers in the detention center. And he has a tunnel that leads into the detention center cell, but then he's still like inside the cell, right? Speaking of which, yeah, like, so how are we saying he escaped after he was in the cell? He still had to get out somehow. So I think everybody was in on it. I think Sawheat went out there, stole the prisoner uniform from the locker, and gave it to Carcerado. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like, oh, you're escaping? Sure, I'll help. Why not? I mean, model prisoner after all. But that might all just be completely unrelated to the actual murder. It might just be that, yeah, there was an escape plan a-hatchin'. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, Queen Gator says, yes. Crystal says, buggets. Nora says, buggets. Queen Gator says, well, I accepted the buggets when Vero pinned my little V fun fact. Magpie says, I just thought buggets was a fun word. It is a fun word. Nora with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Nora. See when you get back. Oak says, buggets. Crypt said, whoa, I ain't seen these gumshoe sprites before. We're seeing people from all sorts of angles. Crypt said, how are you doing? We could do a shout out from Crypt said. We won't be able to have a Twitch Guru clip play. But one of our mods, Crypt said, are you still here? I'm sure that I'm looking at chat like an hour ago. Crystal says, with an emote. Quickity says, a logic theory. Crystal says, welcome in. It's AAI2, so yeah, different sprites. Cryptset said, I forgot, are links permitted? As I might have clipped that whole tangent. Yes, they are permitted. In fact, if you post it, we'll put it up in the clip viewer. Crystal says, I once dreamt driving a sports car. I'm broke and don't have a driver's license. I don't have a car. And was running over ants, like trillions of ants. Honestly, you could do that. because like ants are, I don't know if you know this, Crystal, ants are small. Nora with the unlurk, thank you for the unlurk, welcome back, Nora. Shingo said, I almost fell asleep in my car as usual. What, I forgot how comfy my car seat is, I'm back. Shingo, were you driving? And when you say back, do you mean like, did you hear me explain the context of the poop stuff before? Good to see you, Shingo, by the way. Quick said, don't worry, clips are welcome. He even has a clip viewer for this. Oak said, yeah, clips are permitted, especially clips. We always show clips from chat. Crystal said, clip links are perfectly welcome. Hang on, I gotta breathe for a second. Okay, so Crip said with a clip. Let's go ahead and load this up in the clip viewer. So we can check this out. I think this might be the first clip of the night, which is crazy because we're over 2 hours in. Although this might still be like much earlier than that. This will have a timestamp to let me know how far behind I am. Only 35 minutes! Hey, that's not bad at all. I'm slowly getting caught up. This is titled, Learn About the Holes. Oh, that was the hole thing you were talking about. Crap. I know what this is gonna be. It's gonna be bad. Perhaps. But now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. That's why, attention everyone, you always want to learn about every hole possible. You may think you only need to know about one, but no, learn about all available holes if you want to thoroughly understand every possible means of escape. I should read some more in the chat. I don't even know what that meant, by the way. Sounded vaguely dirty, though. I still don't even know what I was talking about. But thank you very much, Cripzed, for the clip. I appreciate that. I'll read a few more comments, so we'll get back to the game. Crystal doing the breathe command. Nora said, did you guys know that Oak isn't a hard drug addict? That's good. And Queen Katie with a hydrate command. Thank you very much, Queen Katie. Even though I had a sip, I will fully hydrate now. Thank you. All right, let's go back to playing a little bit of the game, because I guess that's probably what we're supposed to do a little bit at some point. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Carcerato, I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. Oh, and he also, is carrying around a bear. So the disguise is probably not very useful. We are reasonably certain that the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this very room with us now. What? Why is this card not spinning? That's a very Carcerato thing to do. Hey, Mr. Carcerato would have been wearing a bracelet, right? He would also still have his face. Just saying. And his bear. Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden underneath the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So, if he avoided doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape. So they just gotta roll their sleeves. We just gotta get our tickets to the gun show here. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He just have to avoid the workshops and the cells and, oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's right here, right now. Look, it's Teddy. Teddy's gonna narc on his friend. I'm just grabbing his nipples, sinking my claws right into him. Hey, paws off. Get your mitts off of me, you big palunka! I'm still using the voice here, so they can't tell us me. Teddy, just climb down. You're a good boy. Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions. Good luck. Dang it, kid. It wasn't for you either. Oh, hang on. Why'd my uniform evaporate? Why am I back in my prison uniform? What happened? Did I have makeup on? Why did my face look different? We're breaking reality. This don't make no sense. What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerato? I'm almost envious. On the plus side, I was wrong about him being dead. So that's good. I gotta breathe again. I'm running so much out of oxygen today. Over on YouTube, I see Opinion says, of course he wouldn't have his face wearing a cop uniform. Makes you a genetic copy-paste figure immediately. You know what it reminds me of? We're gonna go back to Ninja Turtles again. It reminds me like in Ninja Turtles, when the Turtles would put on a trench coat and a hat, Still green face, still like 3 fingers on each hand, bright green, and he'd walk around. It's like, oh, nobody can tell. Same thing with like the Thing in Fantastic Four. He'd wear a trench coat to hat. Although with the Thing, he's like a celebrity. I think it's more for not getting recognized than not knowing that you're an orange rock monster. But yeah, it's the same thing. You put on a button-up shirt or coat and a hat, and you just look generic after that. Also, hang on. What did Edgeworth just say? What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Caserato? I'm almost envious. Does Edgeworth think that Phoenix Wright only is in lust with him? That's very sad. Gods, apprehend this man. A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we are to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him, with your permission, of course. I can hardly say no now, can I? Crap, I just realized the two of them have very similar voices, don't they? Yeah, come on then, hit me with your best shot. Yeah, they're almost exactly the same voice. I'm so sorry. Mr. Caserato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell, huh?
He thinks Phoenix Wright is in lesbians with him. We have established that.
That is true, so he doesn't know what it's like to be loved, but he does know what it's like to be lesbiansed. So thank you very much, Vero, for the important clarification of their relationship. Also, let me read a couple more comments in the chat because I don't want to slip farther away after I'm finally getting close-ish to catching up. Queekity says, no, the buggets are coming. Magpie says, bug out for buggets. Nora says, buggets. Crystal says, buggets. Queekity said, Logan, that was a wonderful ding. Too bad I wouldn't believe it as it didn't follow up with my dog barking and demanding. Oh, here, okay. I can do also a perfect impression of your bark. Your dog barking and demanding after a microwave ding, okay? Ding. Bark, demand. See? Perfect impression. Magpie says, buggets. Nora said, quote, lusting after Gavel, pardon. I just call her a baddie, Verity. Yeah, because you're lusting after her. Crystal says, Emu has pink hair, so who's the one that has green hair? Isn't there one that has green hair? Nora says, buggets. Vera said, the pin of shame. And then that's where me saying buggets. Queen says, no, not the buggets bullying. I just got over this. Crystal says, buggets. Magpie says, I'm so sorry, Queen Katie, but I am giggling at the buggets. Nora says, add quote, buggets. Cryptid says, I legit love these games, but I don't have the voices necessary in my repertoire to make content out of it. You can still play them on stream. There are probably plenty of people who don't like try to do voicing for this to still enjoy the games. And Crystal adds the command Katie, which is now buggets. There we go. Oak says, Quick Katie, you will never get over buggets. Quick said, Crystal, how dare you? Nor does a Katie command. Crystal says, I love freedom. Moonlight says, breathe, Logan, I'm trying. Actually, I'm not, and that's part of the problem. Nora says, Crystal, you excited for the Miku movie? Wait, hang on. Is this a thing? Is this a thing I've heard before? Hatsune Miku is getting a movie? By the way, we're going to talk about some stuff really quickly, then we will get back to the game. Did you guys see on the news, it was late last night, Gene Hackman, the famous actor, he was like 95, so he's long since retired from acting, but he was like Lex Luthor in the old 1970s Superman movies. He had a small role in Young Frankenstein. He was in the Poseidon Adventure and stuff like that. He died. He was found, it's so weird, his wife, who was like 30 years younger than him, and their pet dog were all found dead, but the police are saying no foul play. So I don't know if it was like a gas leak or something, but all I could think about is like 10 or something years ago, I saw an old episode of Conan O'Brien where a stand-up comedian named Brendan Walsh did a joke where he said, so I guess you guys all heard that Gene Hackman died today, and the audience was like, what? He's like, no, he didn't. See, but you didn't realize till just now how much you love Gene Hackman. You should all write letters to him and let him know how much you love him while you still can. And I realized I never wrote a letter to Gene Hackman, and now I feel bad about it. That's all I can think about all day now. That and the whole TikTok being hacked situation. Nora said, Crystal, said you excited for the Miku movie? Crystal said, Miku will have a movie. Quick said, on the bright side, spoiler clip incoming in a few minutes once Logan presents the evidence with my mini rant. Oh, that's right, this one gets a mini rant. Nora said, yes, there's a Miku movie, and it's being released internationally April 11th. That's soon? Says Wendy and I are so hyped. Do they have a trailer out for it yet? Okay, well, let me have a sip of water, and then we'll get back into playing this, and we'll get back in the chat, and hopefully we'll eventually get to that clip that Queen Katie has been teasing. Mr. Cosorato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell. So it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered. No, I have no eyebrows, man. I don't know why I got no eyebrows. I think they just curled into my skull. Around the time of discovery. Yeah, so it was you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? Like an hour. I'm really good at digging, but still. An hour, man. That's an hour I'll never get back. It had me a guard's uniform, a whole dog, and a plan in place. So I went for it on the day you found the guy. But then this little guy just had to come right after me. It's like he loves me or something. The sack of fire was covered in mud too. I had to go back to our cell. Oh, because he got mud all over the uniform? Had to like wash it off or something? Yeah, I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. And your teenage thief sidekick too. I guess he is a kid. Your gumshoe? What is a gumshoe? Is it a kind of a dog? Would have gotten away with it if somebody had an off night and brought you bums down here. You claim to have dug the tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it? How? I used everything I could get my hands on, say. Hammers, spoons, you name it. I've dug with things that would, man, it would freak you out. Spent every dime I had on this cockamamie fixer. What do I got to show for it now, huh? Okay, so he hired Canis to help, so everything is related. Sawit, Cosorato, Canis, it's all related. Don't be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day. Enough of me, I'm getting executed tonight. Nice knowing you. I'm gonna die. There's an outside chance Mr. Cosorato and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him. Rebuttal around the time of discovery. You guys know the drill. We always save at the beginning of a cross-examination, then we press every statement, which it sounds like that's what Edgeworth wants to do anyway. Didn't sound like he was as interested in contradicting things as he was interested in getting more info. I'll read some more in the chat, and I gotta breathe again. Hang on. Whew. Oxygen is apparently good, huh?
Some of the statues inside the cell have helmets face on them. Take a good look.
Oh, hey, look at that! It's a dog's face! Have we noticed this before? This seems, yeah, because these others are like people. And that's a dog. Well, because what it is, you see the halo behind it. So it's going to turn out that Canis is dyslexic, and all these other statues are people worshiping dog. See, that's what that is. Is just... You wouldn't think a blind man could be dyslexic, but when he thinks about words, they just get all jumbled in his head. That's totally a thing. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Magpie. I appreciate that. See, Nora says, Teto, is that the one with like the red hair, the little kind of twin drills? Magpie says, Teto Kasane is the drill hair. She's actually not a Vocaloid, but a Utauloid. Somebody once told me all the difference between all of them, so I'm learning things when he said, oh, Teto and Miku. And then a little emote. All right, here's Queen Katie's clip. And this will be accompanied by Queen Katie having a rant about something. So let's see, when was this clip clipped? This clip, if it'll load properly, it doesn't seem to want to load. So we'll just go ahead. It's from a while ago. I don't know exactly when, but as you can see, like where the title and the timestamp would normally be is just, it's all blank down here. So let's hit play, and this looks like it's probably last stream, maybe?
We made a breakthrough.
Oh, there we go.
So that means that the animal
Hang on, it says...
Oh, it's probably for the animal to come in and kill
Hang on, 7 days ago it says, oh, now you think about our man, Mark? Okay, so let's rewind.
Breakthrough.
Okay, so that means that the animal probably... Oh, it's probably for the animal to come in and kill, so this might not have even been to move the body. I'd assume the animal probably came from the yard through the barred windows, but it was probably... Oh, I hope it wasn't the polar bear. I hope it wasn't little Mark. But, I mean, if Sawit covered him in mud, maybe. And I was right. But at least he wasn't doing a murder. He was doing a hug. Which is technically different. Oak says, dang, Logan is 7 days behind. I see on the pin message. Yeah, I know. I'm so far behind. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, I'm EP, gonna head off. Excited to see the last part of this case soon. Almost to the incredible case 3. I don't know how soon it is at the end. I think from the sound of things, based on what Queen Katie was saying, it sounds like I'm, what, like 2/3 of the way through this case, maybe, so it's going to be a while. But thank you. Get some sleep if you haven't already left opinion. Even if you have, I hope you're resting well. Good night. It's awesome having you here. Magpie says, look, I didn't spend years deep in the Vocaloid fandom to not know. Utah-loid. Hang on, we're going to breathe. All right, Queen Katie has a rant. Says, okay, mini rant time. The amount of times you were connecting the mud packs to the animals on the tape were insane. I'm proud of that, but the amount of times you didn't think of our man Mark. You pointed at Fifi's ferret, Helmut, Money, literally every other animal in this case but Mark. The most white bear turned muddy in the world. I even thought the alligator could have been muddy too. I think I just didn't want the bear to be a killer. But now that we know that it wasn't a killing thing, that I'm fine with it. I think my brain just like locked off that. It's like, no, because if that, then the bear might have hurt somebody, and he's so adorable. But thank you very much, Queen Katie, and that is fair. But in that one clip I mentioned saying I hope it wasn't Mark. Nora says, 20, I'm so excited for Miku movie. When he says to Nora, I'm so excited. Do you think they're going to try and do a dub? It'd probably be easy to like dub things with Miku, because like Miku has, you just type it all into Miku's voice, right? Quikita says, so when you finally connected into the mud packs, I screamed with joy and clipped that one ASAP. And that's pretty much the only spoiler clip I have for this part of the case. Cheers, drinks, except you changed it back to Fifi's animal last stream. How could you? I was so proud, but you made me bash my head in. This has been a mini rant by Queen Katie. Thank you very much. I just wanted the ferret to be a murderer. Is that so wrong? But thank you very much, Queen Katie, and I'm sorry. Nora said to Wendy, I hope not, to be honest, because I'm used to watching subs. I've never seen a whole movie from a different country in theaters before. Vera said, Mantis Nuggets. Crystal with a Katie command. Wendy says, I'm gonna head to bed for now. I'm EP from work. Good night, friends. Good night, Wendy. You're probably long since gone to bed, but hope you sleep well. It was good having you for so long tonight. You're awesome. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Oak says, ad quote, if our poop can't come out. That's not even a whole sentence. That is a dependent clause. That is an if without the then. What is that? Oak says to Wendy, good night, Wendy. I might have to go to sleep soon too. Nora said, good night. Crystal says, hey, Logan, what's your favorite bug? I don't know. Antlions are kind of cool, I guess. Maybe a little potato bug. Little potato bug, like the little roly-poly ones, not the big gnarly. Because I've seen multiple different bugs people have called potato bugs. Most are tiny and adorable, but some are gnarly and vicious looking. Quikita said, Logan, how dare you? Magpie says, the funny thing is, there's also a doggin in Psychonauts too. Oh. Oak said, I am so sleepy. Quikita said, Dad just came in right after Logan said that about buggets, and I tattled him about y'all being bullies. He just laughed and went to bed. Okay, I'm glad that like that King Katie Dad didn't like take you away from the stream and say, well, you can't be there anymore if they're bullies. Oak said, that reminds me because someone posted a Breaking Bad edit I did on YouTube, which is crazy. Someone thought my edit was funny enough to repost. Well, I know a while ago somebody posted there was a, in fact, I should go back and watch the rest of it now. I think it was like a Persona clip compilation thing that included one of my clips. I didn't watch the whole thing because I was still playing Persona 3, but I can't remember which clip was in it, but it was neat. I think, oh no, I do remember. It was one of the clips in Persona 5 where they were in, I'll just say the Pyramid Palace to avoid spoilers for anyone who hasn't played it yet. In fact, I won't say what it was, but I remember what the clip it was, and it was fun stuff. Oak said it was super serious looking Breaking Bad edit to Berry Pie by Dolly Parton because of the lyric, I like to cook. See, I'm not cool enough to know that lyric was in there, but awesome. Oak said it ended up getting like 1 million views on TikTok. Nice. Wait, your edit? Like when you made it or when the other person posted it? Hang on. I just gotta breathe again. I've been talking way too much, but we are, by the way, just so you know, about a minute away from the 2.5 hour mark. So now's a really good time if people want to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions for later on when we reach the 3 hour mark. Oh, and speaking of times, I see a timestamp up here. So let's see, Nora said to Oak, oh yeah, I told you about that. And Queen Katie said 1:57:47. Still just a little over a half hour behind. There was Vero's 110 bits says, well, here's 100 by accident. I'm sorry, Vero. Oak said Logan is both interesting and hot enough for just chatting. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not hot. I am sorry, but no. If I was hot, I'd have a girlfriend. I'm just saying. Quicky said, salute, at least you gave extra love there. Vera said, the dollar is for sport for just chatting. Totally. Oak said, no, Logan, please put the longer clips in the YouTube highlights. I have desperately wanted long-form Logan videos, and I would do anything for longer highlight videos. Well, here's the thing. When I finally make the Persona 5 one, that video is probably going to be about an hour long. Oak says, poop, joke, counter. Quicky said, lol, right as Logan said it wasn't one. Quicky said, captions, ghost the investigation. Crystal says, abandon the investigation. Oak says, Slenderman. Raid suggestion, Fortnite Ninja. He needs your support in viewership. Oh yeah, I think I heard about that Ninja guy. Probably should raid Ninja. Let's play a little more of the game. So we're gonna press every statement. Hey, so it was you guys, You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel.
Hold it!
Hold it! The tunnel, shut up! Who you telling to hold it? The tunnel you said you don't know nothing! You don't know what I had to do! But I'll tell you what I had to do! I had to dig! That's pretty much the entirety of what I had to do! I had to come crawling to the fix-em monk. I had to grovel and kowtow day after day after day. How you gonna give me back the hours, huh? The days? The months? I can't get a word in edgewise. Edgewise, it sounds similar to Edgeworth. You should have never stuck your noses in my tunnel. Never, let alone the other parts of your bodies. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing?
Hold it!
So the tunnel was all your own work?
Every inch. You see anybody else in my cell when you was there,
That's quite an effort, even for an athlete.
Yeah, now that I think of it, that is an insane amount of digging for one guy. Where'd you put the dirt? Usually when you dig a hole, there's a pile of dirt. Did you eat it? Were you like a worm? Went in your mouth and out your... Not gonna say, because chat doesn't like the poop jokes. Well, actually, you know what? In like old ancient times, dirt was a euphemism for poop.
Yeah, well, you don't even know half of it, kid. But it ain't like I had a chance. Trust nobody and don't get caught. Them's the rules the con's gotta live by.
You know the rules of being a great thief are pretty similar.
Okay, I'd rather not you didn't start sympathizing with the suspect.
I was just joking, Mr. Edgeworth.
It ain't no stinking joke to me. You punks owe me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I wish I knew how to count higher than 2. Then I could know how many of these I'm doing. I had me a guard's uniform, a whole dog, and a playing in play, so I went for it on the day you found the guy.
Hold it!
Hold it! The uniform, was that from the Fixer too?
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure was. Hardy. Okay, gotta give him a little polar bear treat. Yeah, you know, TV makes you think they drink Coca-Cola, but it's actually bad for them. Heard he had something on one of the guards. He had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't Sawit then that stole the uniform? And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel?
No. Would've got dirt on it. Plus, I like to crawl naked. It's my thing. It's one of the few pleasures in life I have. Had to hold on to it till I got into the holding cell. But once I was out of there and all dressed up, opened the door, should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I thinks. Freedom beckons, I also thinks. Then the furball here jumps right up at me.
Which would be the moment captured on camera. I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony. Okay, I should read some more in the chat. We're like halfway through pressing all these statements. Queen Katie says Betty with a heart. Okay, here's the thing, Queen Katie, when I read your Betty with a heart by saying Betty with a heart, does that count as another name drop of Betty that you gotta add another Betty with a heart? Is it just gonna be a downward spiral? Queen Katie says, how, Keyboard Slam? What the heck? How do me and Oak get the exact same quote randomly? Oh, you both got quote number 179? Maybe you both typed it at the same time, because usually there's a cooldown. I don't know. Well, no, I guess not if you're on slow mode, maybe. And what was that quote? He doesn't want cram school. He wants cougar boobs. Must be about Kenji's. Yeah, Persona 3 Reload, August 10th, 2024. Oak said, who doesn't, am I right? I don't want cougar boobs. I just want age-appropriate boobs. Let's see, Crystal says, how did you guys even do that? Nora said, what? Crystal says, Katie, buggets. Queen Katie said about the Twitch Guru, I say make a new source for the test in case it messes up something you can't if you can't undo to go back to the old one. Usually what I do when I do stuff like that is I will like copy the script over and all the settings in like a text file, but that might be a good idea. That might be even more secure. Crystal says, I am so not letting buckets go. Moonlight said, that is fairly deep. Good singing, by the way, Logan. Oh, deep like in the register. I thought I had said something profound. So thank you very much, Moonlight. There was a shout out for Crypt said. Vera said, I don't think Crystal would know that ants are small. Yeah, because ants, I don't think they're ants in Philippines. Just uncles. Wait, crap. Unless, is that the type of ants you were killing with your car, Crystal? By the trillions? Like, your parents' sisters? Crystal with a ... Oak said, no, Vero, what have you done? Oak is slow mode. Oh, crap, it got turned into subscriber only? Crystal with an emote. Quiggy with an emote. Nora with an emote. I hope it's not subscriber only anymore. Nora said, y'all know what trichotillomania is? No. I was gonna assume if that had phobia in the end, it almost sounds similar. What's the phobia of like when you don't like stuff with lots and lots of holes in them? And there were some people who are freaking out with one of the iPhone designs because the camera on the back looked like a bunch of holes. I don't know, what is trichotillomania? Vera said, sorry chat, it was pretty funny. Oak says, oh yeah, Nora and I were playing 2 Truths and a Lie last night, but in Gardic Phone. One of my truths is that I have never done non-prescription drugs and drew myself smoking weed with a big X over it. And then my mom walked in before I had drawn the X and I had to explain myself. It was an anti-drug campaign you were participating in. Krista said, like the pulling of hair and you can't control it. Oh, is that what it is? I remember, I don't know if you guys remember back when we were doing the Danganronpa days, we had a user in the community, Anna, and she had a compulsion where she'd like pull out her hair and eat it. Nora said, Nora's been diagnosed with trichotillomania since 3rd grade. So is that what it is, where it's like pulling your hair? Vera said something related to trench coats. Quickie said, yeah, I thought about clipping every time you said Rocco is dead, but I didn't do that. Well, plus I was wrong. Which, by the way, people on TikTok and YouTube don't see that because it's not entertaining to post the wrong clips. And so as a result, they all think I'm really smart at guessing stuff because they never see all the litany of wrong answers, wrong guesses that I have. Okay, let's play a little more.
Yeah, once I was out of that cell and all dressed up, opening the cell door short a bit of piece of cake.
Hold it!
Hold it! Opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake, you say?
Oh, because he must have been the one who had the keys.
Sure, anything seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground.
So maybe he got in there and maybe Knight was already dead and then the guard came in and he knocked out the guard and people thought that Knight had done it. Or maybe he knocked out Knight and then knocked out the guard and people assumed Knight knocked, I don't know, something.
Sure, anything seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground.
And you are familiar with the layout of the detention center, even though you live in the prison?
Why wouldn't I be? Ain't like I've never been here before.
I like that. It was like dodging a punch. I don't think we'd seen that before.
Ain't like I've never been there before.
Okay, that makes sense. If he was arrested, he probably was there when he was on trial. If he's familiar with the detention center, then he'd surely have been aware. Holy crap! Vero just gifted 5 subs! That's like a lot more generous than the $100 of extra bits! Oh my gosh, so that is gifted subs to Sarah Diddle, Angel Besitos, Zena Relaine, I hope I'm saying these right, Better Name with Juan, and Sir Wiggles the Great. Ooh, I like that name, Sir Wiggles the Great. That's another fun one to say. Sir Wiggles the Great, are you lurking? Are you here? Hi, Sir Wiggles the Great. We're noticing you and you're awesome. Vero, thank you so much. That is amazing. That's like, thank you. I should probably pause and have a sip of water and kind of let that digest for a second. Did I do something funny or good, or was that just like Vero being awesome? Because Vero, I don't know if you realize this, Vero, you're awesome. I also hope you don't mind that I spent like so much time, was it yesterday? I guess everything bleeds together in my brain, talking about like Transformers on Discord. I really enjoy our Transformers conversations now that you're into it. So thank you very much, Vero! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Everybody should say like thank you. Maybe huh?
Nah, you're awesome.
Nah, you're awesome. Like if awesome was like only one person could be, it'd be you. It'd be you. I would give up that. I would say Vero is the awesome one, and I would support Vero in his in that awesomenitude. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. I really, really appreciate that, and for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna read some more in the chat then. Magpie says, look, in New York, you see a guy in a trench coat, you mind your business, pal. Okay, that is a fair point. And Oak with a clip. Let me load this up at the clip viewer. This will have a timestamp so I can see how far behind I am. Hopefully it's less than a half hour because I've been reading a lot of chat. 25 minutes ago. And this clip is simply titled, Teddy, question mark?
I'm just grabbing his nipples, sticking my claws right into him.
Sometimes when I'm in the middle of saying a line, I cut myself off because like my brain, just the reflex, the stream of consciousness wants to say something else. I actually was this close to say, after I said, I'm grabbing his nipples, just digging my claws right into him. I was this close to say, digging my claws right into areola. But I'm like, that would be inappropriate. I should not say the word areola on stream. So I will not say the word areola on stream. Oh, I accidentally clicked over to the YouTube dashboard. Sorry about that. So thank you very much for the clip, Oak. I appreciate that. Oak says, chat, what are boobs? I don't know, but I hear they're awesome. Quick said, note for Logan, the testimony you're about to get with Carcerado is the last one on this current page. Then you'll be on the final page for case 2, huh?
You still said it on stream.
Said what? Said what? I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. Yeah, I couldn't possibly say anything inappropriate. Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vera. I appreciate that. Okay, so should we see if we can get through this cross-examination tonight? We got like 20 minutes. Crystal says, bonkers. Nora said, trichotillomania sucks. Never actually pulled out the hair on my head, but like eyelashes. It's so annoying. Sometimes I like absent-mindedly will just kind of like tug on an eyebrow or something like that, but I don't like do it a lot. And even then, I'm not like pulling hairs. It's more like if there's like a hair that's kind of shed out, it'll kind of come on, but that's about it. Vera says, boobs are a haircut. Oh, speaking of haircut, Nora, you can resolve that just by shaving your head, right? Oak says to Vero, wait, so I should go to my barber and ask for boobs? Yes. Yes. Quicket said, wow, you're right, Logan. That is a perfect impression of my pupper. How did you do that? I'm just that good. Nora said, Oak, I don't know how to draw them, so I don't know. Crystal says, buggets. Oak doing the buggets command. Vera said, dang, the music, guitar man is going off. Quicket said, man, I wish I didn't have this muted when I played WoW. Nora said, I'm asleep. Night-night, y'all. Love you guys. Buggets. Good night, Nora. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you will be able to get back to playing Danganronpa soon once the sadness wears off. Sleep well. Oak says, good night, Nora. Buggets. Queen said, hey, Logan, could you look at the background for me, please? You'll see a very cute statue in the back behind the characters. Please pin. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, and this one also has a little dog face there. Aye. And Magpie done the TTS about that. And Moonlight says, night Nora, buggets. Queen Katie says, I only just noticed tonight about Helmut's statues. Oak said, Logan didn't kick the statue no matter how puppy it is. Magpie says, Utauloid is the Audacity freeware to Vocaloid's Adobe Premiere paid, so to speak. And then Oak says, dang, Logan is 7 days behind. Pinned message written by, it's the breathe command. Say, Logan, breathe. Do I need to? Do I have to? Okay, hang on. I feel like instead of like actually breathing, I just take a deep breath and hold it because it feels good. Oak with some mantis emotes is saying, Longa, I hope you know that whenever someone says the word lonely in any of Nora's streams, we talk about you. That's not what I want to be known for. And Queen Katie with the timestamp, 2:27:27. So I'm only about 15 minutes behind now, so we can play a little bit of the game. If he's familiar with the detention center, then he'd surely be aware that unlike the doors in the main prison, the holding cell doors are locked with actual keys. And I'm sure Mr. Carcerado would have needed that particular piece of evidence to make his escape. Game, you don't gotta tell me. I know it. I know that. I mentioned it. I'm just having fun pressing. I'm not pressing because I have to. I press because I want to, Miles. We're not the same.
Yeah, but then this little guy just had to come right after me.
Hold it.
When was it that you realized you were being pursued? Hey, right when I'd gotten out of the tunnel. Right when I thought I was home free. Ah!
You didn't notice anything before that? When you were in the tunnel, perhaps?
Nah, he wasn't around. I made sure of it. No little guy'd be all over me like a rash if he had been. I was so close I could smell it. And then there he was, a little bum.
Hey, don't you think you're being a little mean to your little friend? Poor Teddy.
Mean nothing. He rumbled me last time and now he's rumbled me again. Kids are all over me. What am I supposed to do? Love him? Nah, coming after me yesterday was bad enough. The sack of fur was covered in mud too. I had to go back to our cell.
Hold it! You didn't consider trying to escape with Teddy?
Would if I coulda. Or all that mud would have given us away.
Well, then why didn't he just like bring Teddy with him instead of like leaving him to get him? Okay, so that'd be more suspicious, I guess. A guard with the Teddy with the polar bear. Hang on, I gotta breathe. Oh, there we go.
Chances to break out of the slam don't exactly grow on trees, pal. When one comes along, oh, you gotta do it right.
Foiled by the one who loves him most. It's like what happened to me in the first game in the series. It's almost tragic. There's an outside chance Mr. Castlerato and Knight met face to face just before his murder. I should listen carefully to each of his statements and look over the evidence we have.
Okay, so we're gonna go and present the keys. So we're gonna go, this one, piece of cake. So let's save just in case I'm dumb. Although the fact that the game then tried to spoon feed it to me afterward makes me think we're pretty obviously the keys. My nose is running right now for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see. Oak says, yeah, the one I made got like 1 million views on TikTok. Nice. I've only broken the 1 million threshold twice. It feels good. Although I might be done with TikTok. We shall see. We shall see. Oak said, Logan, your issue is not that there aren't people who want to date you. Your issue is that you haven't met the people who want to date you yet. Well, then how do they want to date me if they haven't met me? Said you just have to meet people and at least a few of them will want to date you. How do people meet? How do that happen? Oak said, that's my insight as someone who is married. Oh, Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. Let me copy these over into my text file. My text file has like a lot of stuff in it tonight. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Moonlight said, maybe we do need that counter. What? What, for the poop jokes? I don't think so. I don't really need it. Let's see. Vera says, I return. Oak says Moonlight. That's what I'm saying. Vera says Betty with a heart. And there, now I just said Betty with a heart. So you know I'm talking about Betty to fame, so now you gotta do it again. Once it happens once, you never escape from it. It's just, it is a repeating loop. Quickita says, oh no, Vero said Betty with a heart. I missed that. And then Quickita says, Betty brain breaks. Let's see, there's some quotes and a lot of changing what the slow mode is. Vera said it happened again. Crystal says, I punish all. Oh, because it was emote only for a while and stuff like that. Vera says, it was short joke because she's short. She won't know what the ants are tiny. Oh! Oh, that is true. That is true. Crystal, you could ride the ants like a horse. I hadn't even considered that. I, as a giant-sized person, tend to only think of ants as tiny. But Crystal, as Lilliputian-sized, is a completely different perspective. So thank you very much, Vera. I appreciate that. Oak says Crystal sub only mode kicks out non-subscribers from the stream. It's not just chat. I think it is just chat, isn't it? I think because I've like popped over to streams before that have been listed as in subscriber mode, and I think it just means that like people who aren't subscribers can't chat. Isn't that correct? Nonetheless, I would prefer to not have it set on subscriber mode. Or did you? Wait, no, because are you currently subscribed? Yeah, you're currently subscribed. Is anybody able to confirm that if that happens? I don't know. Vera said, laughing, no way. Crystal said, wait, what? Wait, actually, Vera said, sabotage. Crystal with keyboard slam says, punish all, I guess. Oak said, yeah, lurker count dropped like 5 there? I'm sorry. Quickita said, I mean, we still have 15 viewers. Crystal says, oopsie daisy. Vera said, why did it not allow viewers? Oh, it's because, wait, why did it allow viewers that time? Yeah, I thought viewers was still banned as a word. Oak said to Queen Katie, it's mostly because of the generosity of Batman on. Queen Katie said, I keep forgetting that word because bots keep saying, hey, want this, pay me. Okay, and there's where Vero posted, not posted, but gifted all the subs. Thank you again, Vero. That was like super, super generous of you, especially since like a lot of those are like names of people that we don't know. So I'm guessing they were just kind of gifted randomly. So if any of you people who were gifted those subs by Vero, those 5 people, so you know what all the subscriber benefits, you get access to our litany of wonderful emotes. You are then immune to ads. And if you join our Discord, you can access the Hey Hey channel where you only say hey hey. There's also subscriber chat where every few months there's a brief conversation in there, but yeah. Okay, we should play some more of the game.
Once I was out of that tunnel and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake.
So we're gonna present the keys, right? Where are those keys at? There we go. A guard was attacked and his keys, including the one in Night Cell, were stolen. I should have known by the fact that that was written in such passive voice. A guard was attacked. The keys were stolen. They've yet to be recovered. Present! Objection! Oh. You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it? Oh.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift.
Even once you had reached Night Cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it?
Whoa.
Mr. Coserato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key! Oh, wait, hang on. Is that a mouth guard he's wearing? Because it looked like it almost popped out. I just thought he had very large teeth. That is a mouth guard. Hey, that's good. Proper dental safety.
I don't got no stinking key.
Yes, you do. It is stinking because we talked about where it had been hidden before.
I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection. Yes, I suppose Night Cell was vacant at that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it before myself. So, perhaps when you finally succeeded today, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously. Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you. Which was during the circus performance before the body was discovered. I love that also this is all going on while Gavel and Winter are over there, and Gavel's probably just steaming. It's like, crap, this is not good. What do I do? He's winning. He's figuring this out. The holding cell was still locked at that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible. I gotta breathe. Hang on just a sec. Gotta breathe. Oh, I've been talking too much. I'm losing oxygen. Are you saying, could he really have? But I still don't think Carcerato's the murderer. I believe he could, yes. The theft of the key was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Carcerato. Huh?
She might be panicking over it, but at least Eustace is having fun zoning up in the corner.
Yeah, and every now and then something surprises him and he just goes like, oh, and does his little bouncy thing. Oh crap, there's a pin message also I didn't notice before. Thank you very much, Vero, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Oh crap, my camera died. Camera, come back to life, please. Come back to life. Come back to life, camera. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? I hope I'm still connected. Camera's back. Okay, anyway, the written by Crystal, pinned by Crystal says, I'm short, go bald, Nora. Yeah, because that is what solves the problem, right? Like I said, you just shave your head. But thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. Vera said, here you go, no more kicking out. Oh, that's why you gifted the sub, so that if it was a sub only, people would be able to stay. Oh my gosh, that is so nice of you, Vero. Oak says, wow. Crystal says, W, Vera with a like angry eyebrow face, but it's more like hee, mischievous. Oak said to Vera, more kicking puppies, though. Vera said, awesome puppy kicker. Oak said, everyone always talks about the puppy kicker, but nobody talks about the puppy kicky. Oak says, Logan, you should say that word more. No, I can't say that word. I already established I cannot say areola on stream, so I'm not going to say that word. Pin message by Vera said, Logan is playing peekaboo with chat currently. I can, if you really want me to. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Ah. Does that amuse you? I don't like it when my head is this big on stream. It's weird. I feel like I need to pull my neck back and like have better posture. Make myself look less scrawny. It's like, ugh. Okay, anyway, back over to this. But thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate that. Crystal says, there's the I'm short, go bald. There's Buggets. Crystal says, breathe. Quick Gator said, Crystal, you just reminded me of this one time I played Tales of Berseria and my favorite character suddenly came up shirtless. And you had to remind me to breathe. Oh. Crystal said, might as well pin my typo now. Oak said, guys, I just got bit by a radioactive spider. What should I do? Well, Oak, two things you got to keep in mind. One, with great power comes great responsibility. If that radioactive spider bite gives you spider powers, you have a responsibility to use those for the betterment of others. The other thing to realize is that radiation usually just kills you. I'm sorry. Just make good use of the time you have left if that is the case instead. Veer says, add quote, I'm having fun pressing. And Oak says, the only issue with my tutorial on how to find a girlfriend is that my partner and I met because we went to the same school, and I don't think Logan should go to a school to find a girlfriend. I think people tend to replace schools with work, but the twofold problem with work is, number one, I feel like these days flirting amongst coworkers is like, I don't know, you got to be really careful doing that, man. And the other thing is that, like, in my job in particular, I don't interact with people. I spend most of my time as a disembodied voice in a dark room talking about the stars and planets and stuff like that. Oak says, I don't know of any other places to meet people. Crystal says, sigh, I gotta do it again. And then Crystal says, wait, wrong one. Oak says, freedom. Cookie said, I'm getting sleepy. 2:50:05. Look at that, I'm only 6 minutes behind. Okay, so we can keep playing, we can totally get farther. I don't know if we'll get, there's probably like an hour of cutscene, so I don't know if we'll actually get to the next part, but at least we got through the final cross-examination of this section, right? Mr. Coserato, he is the one who attacked the guard.
Hey, I'm back here. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm tiny and so I fit behind the horse Knight.
But not just the guard, Knight too, all to gain possession of the guard's keys.
It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy.
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. See, none of this feels like a motive for murder, though. Oh, but that's probably the scrape on his head. It was that he got knocked out. But yeah, he didn't kill him, though. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. Hang on, but the timeline that Edgeworth gave earlier... Okay, so he returned there, and then he came back a second time in the guard uniform. And that was later when Knight was killed. Okay, I just had to think about this for a second. That's right, the moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend.
He's not a furry. Furry's like a person who's into animal stuff. He's an animal who's into people. He's a skinny. Is that a thing? I don't know. Says who, huh? You got proof, genius? This ain't your win yet. Nuh-uh. Knight knocked the guard out for a count and everybody knows it.
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell. It's gonna be his body because it talks about a small cut on his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head, right? Let's double check to make sure there's not something else because I can't save right now. Building layout, pocket chest set, the rope, that's Knight's body, the rubber glove, the bloody tarp, the door sensors, prison roll call, okay, black dog, Mr. Sawwheat's bracelet, dog chest piece, prison search, the chest diagram, wiped floor, security camera footage, missing guard uniform, keys, the security gates, the tunnel prints, autopsy report, the chisel. Okay, but that's not necessarily what got him on the head. That got him in the neck because that had his blood on it. And the bell. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be the body that he had a scrape on the back of his head, right? Present.
Take that.
That proves it. Indeed it. Oh crap! Did I click the wrong thing? Yes, I think I see it. Very victimy. Very victim-y indeed. I'm gonna lose hit points. Well, Kretzo, it's not that. Proof that he was attacked in his cell. A map of the facility with the
Yes.
No, you don't take delight from my pain. But thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. By the way, we're like 2, 1, 3-hour mark. Okay, I gotta figure out what this is. Building layout, a map of the facility, including the detention center and the prison proper. Pocket chess set. Knight hid a chisel in here to prevent it from being found by the prison staff. Rope discovered on top of Knight's body. Does this mean the victim was tied up? I presented that because there's a small cut on his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head. Found in the workshop, sullied after being worn by Sawid when administering dark mud pack treatment, also bloodstained. Colorful tarp found by the victim's body. Some of these were being stored in workshop A. The door sensors, they open up the doors if an animal is detected, but raise the alarm if an inmate's bracelet is detected. Prisoners are not allowed to move about freely. Held 3 times a day, 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. The victim's body had not been found by the time of the 7 a.m. roll call. It could be that? Black Dog, Sawit claims to have seen this dog biting the victim's throat. He doesn't seem to like me very much. Sawit's bracelet wasn't working at the time of the incident. Oh, I gotta breathe. And could not be detected by sensors. Carved for fun by Canis, he also seems to be engaged in correspondence chess via postal mail. Winner, Gavel, and the warden searched the prison for the murder weapon, but couldn't find anything. Oh, it's the blood on the floor. It's the blood on the floor. Because I guess the blow to the head could have been anywhere. The blood on the floor. I'm dumb. We got it figured out. Oh, boy. I gotta read some more in the chat. Oak says, freedom! Quick 87, getting sleepy to 5005. Shingo says, I like having no ads. I like you guys having no ads. I used to have it set so that there wouldn't be any ads played, but I'm pretty sure like Twitch took away that option where you got to choose either between a pre-roll or periodic ads throughout. I might eventually change the periodic ads throughout, but just try and like space them out as far as possible. I don't know if you can like tell them when to happen so you can have a countdown and know. Because I get the pre-roll ads probably chase away some lurkers. Like they go to check us out and like, there's ads. I'll just leave.
Because it's a game.
Thank you, Monokuma. Oh, it's Rukov! Rukov, you're still awake! Oh, actually, I'm sorry you're still awake. You probably need your sleep. That was 3 hours ago. Get some sleep, Rukov, but thank you for because it's a game. But yeah, with the ads, at the same time, there's sometimes I go to streams. Like, for example, Oak, I'm gonna be honest, when I go to North Stream, it's kind of difficult when every 10 minutes there's like an ad. And it's like, oh my gosh, I just barely got out of those ads, and now here's another one. Oak says, yeah. Moonlight says, Logan, subscriber-only mode just means non-subscribers can't chat. See, that's what I thought. Oak said, really? I feel like I've gone to streams where it's on subs only and it didn't even let me watch the streams. I think there is an option where you can do a stream that can only be watched by subscribers, but I don't think that's a subscriber-only mode for chat. I think it's like a special like subscriber stream or something. Like, I could be wrong. I've never done it myself, so I'm not sure. Vera says, something fun about subscriber chat on Discord is that Rukop posts random questions every now and then to keep it alive. I should do more there. I should post more there. Oak said, maybe I got 2 different settings mixed up. I am sorry. It's all good. Vera said, we can hear you. Oak said, we can hear you. Crystal says, oh no, Logan is gone. Oak said, we love you, Vero. Vera said, Logan is playing peekaboo with chat currently. Said, nah, I love you guys. Said, whoa, where'd he go? Oh, here he is. Whoa, that was scary. I know object permanence. If you don't got it, world's a scary place. Oak says, chat, Logan's head suddenly disappeared. All I see is hands. What the F? He's back now. How'd he do it? Crystal says, scart. That's a scary fart.
Subscriber-only stream is only available if you are a partner, beyond Logan's affiliate.
Okay, yeah, in order to be a partner, there's one requirement which I am nowhere near obtaining, and that's where you have to get an average. Is it an average or just have achieved it once? I can't remember what. Of a stream where you're over 75 viewers. I think it's an average for a while. Get an average of over 75 viewers attending your stream. The most number I've ever had in the stream, and it happened a couple of times, usually after big raids, is 49. I would love just as a personal goal to break that. But I'd have to, I don't know how I'd go about doing that. Huh, what?
Average of 75 viewers.
Yeah, so there you go. Like I said, average of 75 viewers. And yeah, nowhere near that. Even in the peak of the Danganronpa days, I think our average was like 23 or something like that. But thank you very much, Rukop, for the two sets of 10 bits each. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Vera says, I know, it startled me too. Crystal says, why get killed by radiation when we can kill radiation? Oak says, hey, Longa, what? Quicket said, I have the guide, Sir Logan. Oak says, boo, ah! Vera said, we get boo, ah! Even in chat. Queen Kitty salute Logan. Oak said, Vero, it's a crazy revelation. Queen Kitty said, I was about to redeem the what happened, lol. I feel so bad.
But you also have to apply for it and be selected by the Twitch integration team.
Oh, that's right. I think that the requirements, it also says that like meeting the requirements is no guarantee that you'll do it. I think what they probably do is make sure that, okay, that you didn't get like rated by somebody who rated, like some big Twitch name that rated you with 1,000 viewers, which is an outlier that would like shoot your average way up. And they probably also want to make sure that you're streaming on a regular basis and just that it's not a fluke, you know? So it makes sense. But yeah, I'm nowhere near that and probably never will be because I'm just, as I said, not nearly as hot or good enough at games to get there. But thank you very much for those 10 bits, Rukov. I appreciate that. See, Vera said, Beast Wars reference coming from Eustace. Oak says, boo buck. Quigita said, yeah, he figured it out. Quigita said, how far back is he in the saves? Maybe the health can be saved. I think we'll probably do, here's what we're gonna do. Let's watch till we get stabbed. And then maybe next time I'll present that evidence after I've reloaded the save and just hammer my way through. Oak said, you can use the /commercial command to set when the ads happen. The lowest you can do is set 30-second ad every hour. And Nora has it just set to set up a week or two ago, huh?
Okay, I was just going to startle you, but I really should sleep.
Okay, well, do get some rest, Rukov. As I said before, I'm sure you got an early morning. Sleep well. You're awesome. Get some rest. You've earned it. You need it. You're an awesome mod, an awesome friend. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, so 30-second ad every hour. So that would only be like 3, maybe 4 ads total per stream. I guess we could do that, and then maybe when the ad happens for all the subscribers, I could do an ad read myself. Moonlight says, Logan, on the spaced throughout option, you or a mod can snooze an ad up to 3 times? Like per stream? So we could just like keep snoozing it so we never have to see the ad, maybe? Oh, we should try that. Oak said, you can designate the times of the commercials and those will count as the ads for that hour. So you can have a designated 30-second break time every hour. Maybe that's what I should do. Would that be better than pre-roll ads? Let's see. Quigate said, yeah, same, Logan. I highly doubt I'll ever reach 75 watchers too, lol. Rukov says, okay, I must sleep. I must be really close to catching up to chat. Oak says, yeah, I think Twitch wants to make sure it's not a fluke and also that you aren't like evil or something and you are an actual streamer and not like a piracy channel or something. Moonlight said, do I need to start directing raids this way? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would just love to once break that 50 threshold. Like, because like I said, I've hit 49 a couple of times. And it's like, and I think I get like an achievement in Twitch if I break 50. I would love to do that. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. One of the 2 times we got to 49 was the big Chris Tergliafera raid, and that was amazing, but that was also years ago. So I wouldn't be opposed to that, Moonlight. Vera said, rest well. Quigate said, I'm getting so sleepy. Thank you for the very jailbreak and muddy mark stream. See y'all next time for my sweet highs, May. Oak said, good night, Rukov. Crystal said, sleep well, Rukov. Vera said, good night. Crystal said, night time, Queen Katie. Oak says to Moonlight, yes, because Logan is awesome. Yeah, pre-roll ads suck and are really bad for discoverability. I think a 30-second ad every hour is much less intrusive, especially because you can just spend that time to read a bit of chat, which you always do anyways. But then if they're non-subscribers, you won't hear me read stuff. I should come up with like stuff to read instead. I think fake advertisements. Then it'll be a treat for the subscribers. So maybe I'll do that. But there we go. Do you see it? 3 hours, 8 minutes, and some seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. So let's watch myself lose these hit points. And then, yeah, we'll probably go back next time and wipe this clean from the timeline. Very victim-y indeed. Mr. Edgeworth, this piece of evidence is utterly meaningless. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's what I meant to say. Oh, if only she weren't here. I'll have to try and recall the evidence we found in Knight's cell. It's not a stab, though. It's just being hit with a hammer. Okay, so let me take a look at those raid suggestions that Krista was posting earlier. Oh, one of them, there must be a typo in the name because that one's gone. So let me check out these other ones we have and see who has the, the fewest number of viewers, isn't on like followers only or something like that. And then we're gonna be able to figure out who we're gonna raid. That one's offline. There's that one there, and there's that one there. Oh, that one has like a lot of viewers. Let's go ahead and do, ooh, someone's playing Deltarune. That's kind of fun. Although, yeah, you know what? Oh yeah, because this one, that's a game I haven't played yet. So let's do the Deltarune one. Let's go ahead and do that as a raid. So by the way, if anyone's lurking, and thank you for the lurk if you are, let me give you the rundown on everything. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. So that means tomorrow's going to be Metaphor. Saturday, I am going to be adding some extra bonus Saturday streams in March, but this Saturday, I will have off still, like usual. Sunday, we're gonna pick up where we're leaving off here tonight. And yeah, that'll be good stuff. Let me do the raid here. Here is, I'm sure somebody's probably already posted it, but here is a link tree that has all of my social medias, including still my TikTok, even though my TikTok got hacked. So I can't access it, so that doesn't go to anything now. But hopefully I'll get it back eventually. But I'm gonna also post that over in YouTube in case there's any lurkers on YouTube that are interested in checking that out. The main thing there is that it does have a Discord invite link, and also, like I said, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. TikTok's not usable. Anyway, feel free to make use of it as you see fit. Crap, where did I leave off in the chat? Where did I get caught up on? Oak says, thank you for the very poop counter stream. It made me smile. Vera said, showcase Transformers toys during that laughing speedrun toy showcase. Moonlight said, most streams I watch end about an hour before you start, but I'll see what I can do. Well, thank you, Moonlight. And there's no obligation, but I mean, if anyone can like help me meet that kind of informal goal, I'd appreciate it. Oak said, oh, actually perfect, yes. Vera said, counterproductive because he will lose breath while speedrunning a showcase. Krista says, yippee. Oak says, or ad breaks could just be designated breathe break at only 30 seconds, so I don't think subs would mind. Moonlight says, good night, y'all. Oak says, good night, everyone. Free us from slow mode so we can say good night. Oak says, good night, all. Krista says, right, laughing. Oak says, good night, love you all. Yes, I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Y'all are the best. I don't deserve you. Thank you for being here. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow for some Metaphor. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, Chris said that night. Thank you for the very bucket stream. Good night. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well.